me up several times when we've tried to actually get our streams going at the same moment. I'm seriously considering actually getting a weight screen.
Ugh.
It's like, we'll be live in X minutes. It's like,
This is weird. I'm watching it on my phone here, and it's still saying waiting for Damadoc 8.2.
does your thing say you're live?
I thought it was. I'm still getting this. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, as such views will experience buffeting. What? This is weird.
I second that as well. What?
Crazy. We might just have to do it from your stream, because I don't think it's working out for me here. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yes, give me all the views. Yeah. Honestly, that sucks. Are you still trying to broadcast? Because I'm just tapping into your...
Yeah, it's showing that I'm live right now. I'm almost 2 minutes in, and it keeps saying waiting for Damadoc 8.2.
Yeah, I've got that on my side as well. Yeah, something's up.
Crazy. Yeah, I say we just do it from your end, because this is ridiculous.
Oh, my sound settings are wrong. That's why my music was so loud. Oh, darn it. Okay.
Let me try just ending the stream and restarting it.
Okay. Grab a linky. Place.
Yeah, I'm still getting that error.
Okay, well, I'm getting a little bit of stuttering going on, but I seem to be okay apart from
Yeah, how about
that.
you go ahead and start on your end? I'm going to try restarting OBS, see if that does anything.
Okay, so we might be doing this just with me. That's what
It's starting to look that way.
Visibly. Well, to be honest, we're still getting started faster than usual, so. Okay, well, hello there everyone. This is Iron Mark 3. On a stream that seems to be malfunctioning a little bit, but yes, hello. This is
to say the least.
Yeah, I am joined by the ever illustrious, eloquent, wise, and serene Damadoc. Yes, say hello.
Now that's just a bunch of filthy lies right there.
Well, you are the Mad Doc, so you know.
I do not hide the fact that I'm batshit crazy.
Neither do I, but thank details. I'm just putting up my links now. Where should I put this? Like, should I put it in the stream and video announcement or in the shameless self-promotion, or both?
Just shameless self-promotion. Remember, I haven't made the announcement yet. I was going to do it after I made the announcement.
No, I mean, as a notice there, because yours isn't working.
Oh. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, so it's like it's if it's going to be replacing yours. So that's where yours would be. Like it's like everyone else puts stuff in the shameless self-promotion, but it's if it's generally official stuff from you that goes into the stream video announcement.
Wait. I think I'm. Yep. There we go. I think I got it now.
Ooh. No, no, that means I have to share views with you. No. No. My dream, my aspirations to be more than nothing. No. That's fine.
All right.
Let's see if I can
Well, that
grab this
only
for you in a second.
I only had to sacrifice a few small mammals for that, but I got it up.
The goats will never be the same.
I know. Anywho,
Live stream recording is available. Yours is not up just yet.
really?
It's got a
Hold on.
recording of your attempt a few minutes ago. Well, it says it's got.
I think it's bugging out again.
Does it still say it's working it out for you?
Hold on.
Well, YouTube says you're live, so there is that.
Yeah, YouTube's jacked up today. I don't know what gives, but sorry, I just testing out the feed. I don't know what gives here.
Oh, well, we'll get started sooner or later. I'm sure.
No, I'm just gonna exit and we'll just go off of yours because I'm tired of messing with it.
Might want to delete your link then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead
That's
and
not
end it.
working then. Well, sorry, man.
Shit happens.
Wait, hang on. It just updated and said you're live,
Seriously?
and it was broadcasting. It was YouTube being really slow. Oh dear. Don't tell me you cancelled it.
I just did.
Oh darn it.
Okay, maybe a third time will be a charm.
We're doing great.
I'm sorry about this, folks. I've never had this issue come up before.
Yeah, I got a total of 24 seconds of stream went out for yours.
Anyway,
Yeah,
maybe we ought to just tell them what's going on while I'm trying to get things.
I was wanting to
working
hold
on
off
my
on that in case you got yours working. Besides which, I've not got any viewers yet myself. So
Well, the show must go on, so.
buy my shirts.
For some reason, it won't let me change the Streamlink key.
I think maybe it's because you're trying to broadcast under the same name.
I don't know.
Okay, so should I actually begin then?
Yeah, you can go ahead
Or
and
would you
start.
rather we avoid repeating ourselves?
Just go ahead and go with it. Run with it.
Run with it. Okay, I'll nick this boat and run into the sunset. You'll never see me again. For some reason, my stream's got a like on it. How the heck did that happen?
I don't know.
I'm the only
Probably
one
because
watching.
it's working better than mine is.
No, literally no one else is watching except me, according to YouTube. But then again, this is YouTube and you're having fun with it. Right. Okay, gonna get started. Hello there, everyone. I forget if I said this or not already, but I think I did, but I'm going to say it again anyway, because we're properly starting now. Hello, everyone. This is iMark3. Welcome to me and Damodoc. Yes, I did say this before, didn't I? Ah, damn it. I blame you, Damodoc.
That's okay. Everyone seems to.
Right. Yeah, we did the instruction, then I said a bunch of stuff that you said were flagrant lies, and then, yes. Okay, right. Back on script.
Yeah.
I script these things, totally. Yes, welcome back to Pimp My Boat. It's only taken almost 10 minutes for me to say that. Pimp My Boat. We always did say that this series was just on a bit of a hiatus rather than dropped, and here's the proof. We're actually doing a Pimp My Boat, where Damo and I take a boat and turn it into some hellspawn abomination of science and magic and
Indeed.
beyond understanding or something or other. Especially in cases like this, because what we have before us is Velocity, a hull submitted to us by the Heizmeister. So a regular who crops up on Damo's side of things most of the time. So you sometimes hear him in streams, that kind of stuff, or there are some shared content between them.
Yes, we do an Ashes of the Empire co-op that's been doing very well, actually.
Well, he gave us this one when we were collecting our first round of entries for Pimp My Boat, and his instructions were the most delightful kind. As in, he didn't give us any. So basically, we take this boat and we do whatever the heck we want to it, and he can't complain.
I guess that's one way to look at it, yeah.
Yeah, we can paint it fluorescent pink with green polka dots, give it a satanic symbol for ritual sacrifice on the top deck, and write "Hail Satan" on the side, and it'll all be fine. So. Yeah.
Nah, I think we should go Slaneshi demons on it.
Ooh, yeah, that's fun. Well, Slanesh is the god of indulgence after all, so yeah.
Could I make my announcement real quick? Could I make my announcement real quick, or?
Nah, you do that whenever you feel the time is right for you, man.
Okay. Well, I'd just like to go ahead and do it here on camera. Me, Heizmeister, IMark3, and Normal 69. I am going to be sharing control over my Discord, which at the moment it is titled Damodog's Guild of Calamitous Intent. So I'm sure the name will probably change soon, sometime thereafter. But we've been doing such good work together, and I want to recognize their work in helping me out with so many of my crazy ass schemes and projects. And I think we've been making a really good team. So I hope you guys will enjoy the new changes as they come.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'll try not to drive your Discord into the ground. No promises. The rituals must go on, after course. Did you notice there's a custom jet in this thing?
I did now.
Yeah, it's right at the back. It's like, I just, while you were making your announcement, I stripped away the armor, and it's like, ooh, there's a big custom jet.
Yeah, there's some big cylindrical thing here in the back, and yeah. I'm guessing he was kind of feeling a bit of speed freaky mode here.
He felt the need for speed, yes. Hi, Jaxia and Heizmeister. Welcome to the stream, both of you.
Hey guys, how's it going? Heizmeister, I was just telling the guys about the Discord stuff.
Actually, Heizmeister just asked how we're doing. I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm a level up in the game of life, but hey, what can you do?
Happy birthday, I'm assuming?
Yeah, yesterday, actually.
Yeah. I hope it was good.
I was depressed for the first half of the day, and then things picked up when I actually got a birthday card, so yay.
Nice.
Yeah, but how are you doing that way? You didn't answer, so.
I've been okay. I've been kind of struggling to get some content out because the way my work schedule has changed. I don't have near as much time to record at home, so yeah, it's kind of been a mess because my computer sits right next to the TV, and well, my wife likes to watch TV, so yeah.
Well,
so I've been having to do the my voiceover commentaries after the episodes are done, and I have to wait till like I had time home alone to be able to do those, so that's why the content's been kind of shy on that.
Yeah, stuff happens. It happens to all of us, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, but we still got Mondays.
Yep, we still come here to drive everyone to distraction on a Monday.
Yep.
There are a couple of things I do need to quickly note about the builds. Also, Josh Ben, hello, welcome to the stream.
How's it going?
Welcome. I just remembered a scrap of information, which is Heizmeister did mention this thing is like only partly finished, so that's why there's actually some big empty spaces in the front of the hull.
Okay.
So there's room for us to install all sorts of illegalities in the front there.
I think we should mention to him right now that we are in current stable branch right now.
That's what I was about to say as well, yeah. Since we weren't sure if Hertz wanted a particular version, and as far as we're aware, Heizmeister is updating a lot of his stuff to current. We are doing this particular build in current. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there we go.
I hope you don't have too much issue with that, but it just seemed logical at the time.
That sounds almost Vulcan now.
That makes sense sometimes, believe it or not.
More often than me, so hey, I'll let you have a pass this time.
So yeah, I was just kind of poking around in it a bit, and I was I'm wondering what kind of guns he's got here. I'm wondering if there's supposed to be like a flak battery. It looks like he went with the belt-fed loaders on these.
Yeah, I'll have a look at the guns in a moment. I'm just adding a little bit of depth to the hull because the underside was only like 1 meter metal plate, so.
I thought the engine was particularly interesting because I don't think I've ever seen one in this type of configuration before.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well. I was thinking like maybe.
It looked like he was trying to go for like a low RPM build.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe trying to shoehorn in one that Raz gave me ages back for my adventure runs. I think it fits the same kind of space and have similar performance. But I've not really dug into the engine too much.
I think I would try rerouting the exhaust through the bottom of the ship, but other than that, yeah.
Existence, hello, welcome to the stream.
Hi,
Existence.
Existence.
Why we dare to stream when he's trying to play games, and then makes angry Existence noises.
That's a Nunya. As in Nunya beeswax.
Let's be honest, we do tend to do like the Monday ones like about this time. That's to be our schedule of late, so yeah.
Yeah.
Hurt says strip away what you can. He can't wait to see what we're gonna do to it.
Oh, Heizmeister, while you're in chat there, just want to let you know I sent you a couple of blueprints. I made a very, very nasty flak tank that I think you're really gonna enjoy it. It is set up for missiles and taking down aircraft like we were discussing. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I also made a resource vehicle. Actually, would you mind if I spun that in real quick, Ian, just to show it off?
Go for it. I just need to clear my throat for a second there.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Don't you hate it when that crap happens?
Excuse me, I was literally choking on my own spit there, I think.
So yeah, this thing is basically it. It's probably not the most stable hovercraft ever, but if you look at it, this thing is crazy, crazy fast.
I just caps locked it, by the way, and I've switched camera view to it, so that's why it stopped wobbling.
114 meters a second, fairly cheap. I mean, most of that cost that you see there is made up by the fuel. And it's easily expandable. We could put gobs and gobs and gobs of fuel on this, and there's not a whole lot to it, surprisingly.
How much fuel have you got in that thing?
Yes. All the fuel?
I think you would have been an acceptable answer would have just been yes, I think, given the state of the box. I'll unlock it.
But yeah, this thing travels stupid fast, and it does exploit the deady blades. But who doesn't exploit the fucking deady blades? So
I don't. I'll type
silence
special.
you.
Yes, I know. I'm a heathen and a heretic. Sorry, he's my master. All that jazz. But you forget, this peon is in charge of the camera this time. Vengeance shall be mine.
I'll put that up on the workshop in case you guys might want to look at that later. But yeah, I've been really happy with it, and I think it's gonna do people a lot of good, especially since centralized materials will sadly no longer be a thing from the way I understand it.
Max speed 3 meters per second.
What was 3 meters per second?
Your hover tank.
On my end, it was
machine...
showing 114 meters a second.
No, I pressed B on it. It just means that I guess my side didn't have any data on it. That's fine.
Probably. But anyway.
Right, Josh Ben is asking, are we going to go with a few big missiles or small missile spam?
Actually, small missile spam seems like it's done pretty amazing, if I'm to be honest. Oh, he's got torpedoes down here. I didn't notice these.
Yeah, there's all sorts of doodads in here actually. Like I noticed that the metal for these propellers on the outsides here didn't extend forward, so it's like there was some drag there.
Yeah.
So I had a quick look before we started, and it was like, oh yeah, he's got some pretty lengthy things underneath there.
Yeah, I noticed the missile parts under there, but I couldn't figure out what the hell they went to until I looked underneath the little pontoons on the sides here.
Also from Josh Ben, by the way, would a fuel refinery be better if it's a harvester, then usable as a fuel stop for other shifts? Other ships?
Well, refineries are very, very heavy.
Yeah, you don't want to be lugging that thing around it in an actual battle fleets.
You can, but
it would be not that reliable. Its efficiency would vary because as the craft pitches and rolls around, the efficiency of the refinery would suffer as a result. Honestly,
it would probably work better on a ship than it probably would a hovercraft to be.
Honestly, it would work better on a fortress, I think. Which
It
can
could
be a
probably do
harvester
best on a
fortress,
fortress, yeah.
It can be a harvester fortress, or you can centralize it. But oh, thank you, Normal. Welcome to the stream, by the way.
Hey, Normie.
Normal says light, but still your voice makes my sonars bleed oil. So thanks for that.
Is he talking about my voice or your voice?
He didn't say.
Does it seem like he was telling me the other day that I was probably a little too loud?
Oh, hang on. Let me just check. It's about the same. I'm only slightly lower in volume than you.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on there. Kind of want to maintain this slight dip that he's got at the back of the ship, though. I think. So I'll install a dip down here so we can maintain that bit of the aesthetic. But
yeah, he's got all kinds of room here in the hull to put all kinds of deca.
Yeah, but well, I've done this because A, it gives us a little bit more room. I like to extend the craft downward like a little bit where possible if I'm working on a boat, especially this one. And 2, it's also because like well, as you said, he's not finished it, and it was all like 1 meter metal plate on the bottom, so the first torpedo would just blow a hole straight through it.
Yeah, I'm going to do some armor reinforcing here in the front of it, because there's just like only 1 layer of metal. I'd prefer 2 to 1, just, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I think I mentioned it to Raz, but with small fires I did try the alloy outer metal inner that a bunch of people were suggesting, and it's like, I just flat out prefer the durability boost from having 2 meters of metal plate.
That's fine.
You know, are these guns actually rigged up to an ammo feed of any kind?
Not that I'm aware of. It looks like he might, at that caliber, he probably was setting up for some kind of a timed weapon to me.
Oh, Normal says no. His voice.
Oh, my voice.
No, his voice. Normal's voice.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Normal actually said my voice, but yeah. Right,
yeah, that wasn't confusing at all. Yes.
Not at all. Damn, a judgment call. Are we going to retool these turrets or build our own? Long pause for thought.
I say we build our own.
Okay.
I was gonna put one here in the bow of the ship.
Where you've tunneled through the top deck?
Yes.
Okay. Shall I work on some secondary guns then to go into the place of these things?
Sure, why not? I'm going to go with the a weapon setup that I use an awful lot. That's been serving me pretty well. I think I'm going to do like a 54 mil timed frag. But
50
I don't.
54 mil time frag.
Yeah. Or is it 52? I forget. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go with.
I feel like normal Heizmeister bolted this kind of bolted these turrets in from somewhere else because he's not done any kind of what was it with the armor bit around them? What was that called? I always forget.
The barbette.
That's the one. I just call it the turret well, but yeah, he's not really done anything along those lines, so I think they're from a different design. Like he put them on for the looks and then he didn't get any further with it.
He did say it was unfinished, in all fairness.
Indeed he did. Indeed he did. Should I install some of Normal's railguns on this thing? Is that suitable for an abomination of science like this?
Not at all.
Is that a yes or a no? Also, my mirror wasn't in the right place. Oops. Okay, so some normal style railguns, which are still really
Define normal.
Well, they're made by the guy called Normal. That's the only thing normal about it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you remember the one.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're the one that went there, not me. So. Let's see. That's a 2 meter deep well. So it's going to be wide. What kind of shell should I put into them? What did you say you're going to use for your forward cannon?
Like maybe a 52 or 54 mil.
54 mil. What kind of shell?
Timed frag probably.
Timed frag. Okay. Whereabouts are you thinking of putting the ammo customizers?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet, to be honest with you.
Underneath the conning tower?
That'd actually probably be an okay spot.
Because there is actually a 1 meter gap right between that and the engine bay, which is actually a perfect size for it. The only drawback is the shell customizer might get shelled out of existence, but we're doing this to hail Satan, so I don't think he'll care too much if it's a bit fragile. You'll find something funny, good sir?
Just you, my dear friend, just you.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm thinking making these guys a multi-shell, actually. Maybe like 200mm or so, because this is meant to be like a fast craft, so we don't want to be making it too big, do we? I mean, I could be able to bolt 500mm on it if I wanted to. Let's drop it down by 1. This is a normal style railgun, so there's going to be no gunpowder casing.
God, I haven't built one of these type of guns in ages, so I barely remember how to do it. Ugh.
Well, talk to me then. What are you trying to do to it?
Bell autoloaders.
Okay. What's in particular giving you trouble?
Just remembering how I did because I've built in this style in quite some time, so I haven't had to build a small anti-aircraft gun in quite some time, to be honest.
Well,
let's see here.
Normally it's like speed and AoE you're wanting.
Alright. Advanced projectile system. Number of barrels go up to 6. It's at 36 mil right now, but I need more.
That's just 8 charge heads.
Let's take one of those out.
be a frag shell.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not? Hollow point for good odds of detonation.
Well, it's gonna be timed. It's gonna be timed.
No, mine, not yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've not put a shell together for yours either. I've got 5 shell types lined up to go with the
I got you.
these things I'm going to do. Jaxie is... Sorry, Jaxie, your question is not exactly clear. Are you asking whose ship this is? Was that the question you were asking then?
I don't know. What's he asking?
WO own this tide. I think Jackson means who. This, if that was the question, this boat is originally from Heizmeister.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is his hull originally. Okay, that's 5 different shell types. Now I just need a gun to go with them. Is your gun going to be an anti-aircraft capable gun?
Yes.
Actually, in consideration, mine should be anti-aircraft capable, shouldn't it?
Probably. Well, you don't really have a whole hell of a lot of space to work out different options there, though.
There's not much space, but I can do something at least functional here. Of course, it's going to blow up like a firecracker, but hey, you can't have everything.
Now, that's a hallmark of your designs, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. Anyone who's watched me for a while should be aware of this. My craft have a tendency to, what was the phrase? Violently deconstruct themselves?
Yes. That's accurate.
Say 200 mil, 1. I think I made the kind of bigger turrets types, so that's fine. Barrel on it right now. Oh.
Sorry, I'm just doing a rotation check. Make sure this turret cap will spin.
That's fine. You just dragged mine along for the ride.
I'm sorry. I should have said something to begin with.
No, that's fine. I wondered, but it wasn't getting in my way or anything, so... yeah. Okay, so this is where the neck area is, then the bottom 2 meters are where we've got a turret well available. The original from Hertz was a 5x5 configuration. We're going to increase the size of it to 7x7, just so we've got more space for ammo and things. And then the actual thing on top is going to be the same. Yeah, looks okay. Hiya Raz, welcome to the stream.
Hi Rizzle, how you doing?
Yes, rejoice Raz, your prayers have been answered. There is at last another Pimp My Boat.
He had an entry for that too, didn't he?
Yes, actually.
I believe it was.
Yeah, he had one.
Like some kind of BB project he was working on.
Let me just check that. Let's find it. I'm at 3's thingamabobbies. Right. Yeah, here we go. Raz wanted us to pimp one of his cruisers, actually.
Gotcha. I knew it was some kind of a sort of larger craft.
Oh no, wait. I looked at it and said cruiser size, but it's Raz. It is one of his BBs, of course it is.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought any differently, honestly.
That's a funny thing about the classification from the depths. It's just kind of different for everyone.
It's nothing official, so it's like everyone sets their own, and it confuses the heck out of me. So I don't bother to acknowledge it these days. If I'm honest.
I mean, some people do it on capability, some do it based on size, some people do it on cost, some people do it on a combination of all those.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, honestly. I think going pure autoloader is going to work fine on this.
Okay.
So,
I hear that works a whole lot better in current than it does in 2.4.9.
I don't know because I'm not. Well, you know, I'm not mainstream.
Yeah.
Yada yada. Yeah, Rasenty sent the
just a con.
Rasenty sent the Cerberus. It's on the workshop, but he said it feels unfinished. So that's why he gets sent to Pimp My Boat.
Okay.
And Jaxia says that he'll send a battleship as well. So.
Okay.
Okay. How big is the server actually? 12. Okay. I feel like a bit of side armoring on this thing wouldn't go amiss.
Nah. Not really. Well, I am going to have to redo the armoring around this.
Right, anyway, back to what you said. It was like, you hear that it's better.
Yes, using pure autoloaders, I heard it's better to do that in a current than it is in 2.4.9.
I'm not too sure about that because it's. Well, actually, it's 2-to-1 in 2.4.9, isn't it? Two autoloaders. Sorry, two intakes to one autoloader.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, it's 1-to-1.
I would argue
it's 1-to-1 in current.
Okay.
So yeah, there are differences though among the changes. Going a pure autoloader routes. Yeah, there are a few issues and things too. So.
Let's see here. Need missile controller and a stagger fire and deadly friend foe. And I need an ACB.
But yeah, it's like
enemy.
It's 1-to-1, but it's the same as like if you have ammo clips installed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 autoloaders with 2 input feeds will have about the same fire rate as 1 autoloader with 1 clip on it with 1 ammo feed.
Okay.
Sorry, with 2 ammo feeds.
Weapon system.
And that kind of hit belts hard, but it's like belts, their worth starts to kick in this version if the belts are a bit longer. If that makes any sense. At a certain size ratio, I forget what the size ratio is. I don't work with belts that much in this version. I just know, I think it's like 2 or 3 meters of belts, then ammo feed starts to become more efficient. I think it is.
Huh.
This thing is not sticking at all. This concerns me. I know it's weird. I'm a bit concerned because what I'm tinkering around with isn't sticking, and.
So you're saying you got a sticky mess?
No, it's not sticking. That's my problem.
Oh, okay.
Heizmeister says that size matters and compatibility, of course. Also, intervention. Welcome back. Yes, intervention says it's nice to be back. Name used to be Matt's Mowing. You might remember me. Yes, I do remember you, Matt. Yes, it has been quite a while indeed. How have you been? I hope life has treated you well. That's about as tight as I'll risk it. Okay. Three, 5, 7. Raz says it's time to grind some daily progress for that neat T6 in Star Trek Online. And also says to me, when in doubt, add ammo or nukes. Fair advice, thank you. When in doubt, add ammo or nukes. I kind of don't want to add a nuke to this turret though, if I'm entirely honest. My concern was like trying to make sure that it doesn't actually have issues with turning. So that's what I was trying to do. So it's a really basic turret that I've bolted together. That'll do, I suppose. Okay, now I just need to get this thing hooked up to ammo. And then I'll need to do rail charges, of course, and recoil, and stuff like that. You're just going, because, aren't you? Yep, also. Oh, okay.
You said railgun stuff.
What?
You said stuff about railguns.
No, it's like stuff I need to do, but first I'm going to get the multi-ammo system into it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've never hidden this fact, but a good way I like to do it is like install enough ammo intakes for one of the ammo types, then set those ammo types, then install the next set, and then set them again with the auto assign for any unassigned ammo inputs.
Yeah.
And then just go from there.
That.
So yeah, it's not connected, but that's okay. I'll just go ahead and install some 6-way links. There we go, all connected. Right. Yeah, I see which shell's yours.
Yep.
Armor piercing, frag.
I might modify it a bit here. I wouldn't mind trying to get a little more speed out of this shell, but...
That was the whole point. HE shell. That's going to be a bank for the shapes charge shells. Bank for the squash shells.
Shell middle.
A bank for the frag shells, and a couple of EMP shells just in case. There we go. I have a much bigger amount of subscribers. Yeah, it has been quite a long time since I've seen you, Matt. I think it's like been at least a year or so. I think last I saw you was back when I was doing regular streaming, like several times a week.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's back in the high life, the heyday of my channel when it was actually going somewhere. Rather than being all washed up like it is nowadays. But details. Well, to be fair, it's fine. I mean, a lot of people came to the channel for From the Depths stuff, as far as I know. I mean, people were point blank telling me that I'm a From the Depths channel.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to branch out from the Depths, I've noticed.
Yeah, the problem is that people came here from the Depths, but honestly, this was never just a From the Depths channel, which is like... So I was like, I was resisting that, because it was like... I was saying, what the heck? Because honestly, the first videos I had on this channel were Warhammer, actually. So,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a series on a Warhammer Xbox Live game.
Okay. And then you just slowly drifted into madness.
Oh no, I've been there for quite some time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you never know where these things are going to go, though, do you?
I hear they got nice postcards.
Oh, the stamps are extremely edible.
God dang it.
What happened?
Oh, I'm just trying to get this gun to fire that I made, and
Do we have any ammo stores on board? Oh, we do have a little bit.
very, very little ammo actually.
Hang on, I'm just going to bolt some boxes into the spare compartment we've got at the moment so we can... This is not final for this compartment, it's just like I'm bolting stuff in for testing purposes.
And I just remembered that needing certain parts to these things is now a thing.
Which part did you forget?
What's it called? The recoil absorber.
You don't actually need it, it's just really, really good to have it. Yeah. Oh, Raz says he enjoys the Ministry and the Little Workshop bits too. Thank you, Raz. I've been having some fun with that.
Yeah, I've watched that. It's not bad. That Dracula guy's kind of an asshole though, but whatever.
Well, I've just been laughing at him, and honestly, I think he's more like the Count than anything else. If anyone's familiar with Sesame Street. But yeah, it's like let's see the railgun. Right now it's using 1,000 per shot for a shell speed of 400. Shell speed of 600, yeah, that's that. Okay, right. That may not look like much, but that was actually a volley of like 7 shells that the rear gun just fired in that test fire, folks. So this thing, because of what normal worked out for it, it has 0 recoil at the moment. So it's like yeah, massive burst fire. So I'm just going to slow it down to 100 RPM and see what that looks like on it. Probably charge.
So yeah, this thing's got like 8 belt-fed autoloaders on it, and I'm only getting, I don't know, like 161 RPM out of it.
Let's have a look. See, where's your shell? Oh, I know why. I think it's probably your shell actually.
Why is that?
Load time is greatly affected by how big the shell is.
Yeah, I probably could cut that back a little.
Yeah, if you look into your shell design, it tells you how many RPM you get per intake and per loader on it. And a long shell always has a very slow load time. So if you want it to be a fast firing thing, then you either need a lot of loaders or you want to use a smaller shell.
Well, I got a lot of loaders. There's like 8. But I don't know. I am not that familiar with current folks.
But
I'll try making the shells
or something?
smaller.
I'm a bit confused.
What?
Ha ha ha! You don't know comment. Ha 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 ha! How dare you? Actually, that's fine. I'm fine with you not understanding current, to be honest. It keeps you pure, I think, is probably a good way to put it.
Pure.
Pure. Uncontaminated. Depends on your point of view on current, if I'm entirely honest, but...
Well, I think it's safe to say that we both have our issues with it, but again, I'm trying to stay away from the politics of things.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, so I cut the shell down way shorter. Hopefully this will work better.
So your autoloaders have a limit of 82.7 RPM on this thing. Let's drop the modifier to 82 flat, I suppose.
Just gonna clear the clips, and while that's reloading. Where do you plan on putting those?
In the wings, back where I tore the original ones off. Unless it's
okay.
That's why they've only got a 2-meter turret base on them.
Oh, okay. That actually kind of looks like an anti-tank gun I use a lot.
Can we get a test target in here, please?
A kind of particular? Actually, you know what?
Really?
Let me just...
you should probably... Wait, do you have access to indestructibility?
Yes, I think...
Oh, wait, no,
I
it doesn't have an AI.
No,
Hang on.
it doesn't work.
I'll bolt a mainframe on it. Try it now.
Oh, okay. Negative.
Oh, I guess that's multiplayer, okay.
But here's what we can do. Let's see here.
Talking of videos, by the way, I did actually manage to get some Star Sector recorded.
How you been liking it?
Oh, I've been liking it fine. I've been idling on it for... You spawned that on the friendly team.
I know, I did that on purpose.
Okay.
I'm just going to put an AI and then a what you call it though.
Probably drop our craft down a little bit though.
Enemy simulator on it.
But yeah, it's I've been enjoying it a lot, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride so far in that game, for at least for the recording section. But I felt like it was a game I didn't want to really try to get recording until...
I'd say your gun's doing well, Ion.
I can't see because I'm not looking at it, but I was getting the craft docked a little bit lower so the gun could actually work. Wait, is that all from my gun?
Yes. Alright, it made some fairly impressive holes. What kind of shell type did you go with? Is there heat on that one?
One of them is.
Oh, you're doing a mixed shell type?
Okay. I did mention this,
Yes.
Yeah, there's 5 different shell types.
I wasn't sure if you were doing it with this type, or if it was going to be with this gun, or just whatever.
No, you said you were doing the thing with that that one at the front, so I've been leaving that one entirely to your devices.
Okay.
I'm wondering why it slowed down, but I'm not getting real-time stats, so... Oh, yours is shredding the side of the ship.
Yeah. Okay, this failsafe has it. We're fine. Let's see here. Laser targeter.
Might just not be able to depress.
Well, it's using an AA mantlet, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's having some problems with depression.
The boat is sitting higher up in the water than it. Sorry, higher up in the air than it would be in the water. So I've just installed a 1-meter element that's just a temporary thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's now finding more consistent, so it was just trying to target where it couldn't aim. The board is dead.
Well, it seems that lowering the...
Why did I see a gunpowder blast on that thing?
Oh. It does, yes, it seems that lowering the size of the shell has increased the fire rate.
Yeah, that's the other thing you can do. It's like, to get a high rate of fire, you either need a big gun in current version, or small shells, or short shells. For the best rate of fire, you want a big gun and small shells and short shells. So it's finding the shell that works for you and then tuning the gun to that more than anything else, I think.
I don't know how well this is gonna do because yeah, this has like half the rate of fire I'm used to working with here.
Why? What's it trying to do at the moment?
It's showing me that it's the limit on the rate of fire would be like 161. Well, I think I can improve that. Give this a little bit more cooling.
Well, let's be fair. This, so as you said, this is not the APS you are used to.
Lord, no.
Though sometimes it does help if you refresh yourself a little bit, so you know exactly what it is you're actually trying to cope with. If that makes any sense at all.
Holy crap, this needs a lot of cooling.
In which case you might need to tone down the gunpowder, depending on what you're trying to do to it.
Let's see here. Well, yeah, I can definitely lower the gunpowder on this.
So how's that doing for rail? Still charges as well fast enough. Okay, good. Doesn't need the extra capacity then if it's charging the rail fast enough. To sustain that. I do need some more recoil compensation though to maintain perfect accuracy. That's the main thing you want recoil for, by the way. It's just to help your weapon system be more accurate. If you don't care about accuracy, you don't need to bother as much with the recoil system. So you need to ask yourself, how badly do you want the thing to be completely accurate?
Well, since this is using timed rounds,
Not that much, I'm guessing.
as long as it gets it within the vicinity, should be okay, right?
Okay, right. What kind of range are you trying to work with then?
At least maybe 1,500 meters.
Okay, so you do need some decent accuracy then.
Yeah. I got the accuracy to like 0.23.
If I recall, the accuracy required is tied to the power of the shell and the length of the barrel. At least there's some kind of correlation going on there.
Is it possible that we could move that ammo storage just a little more farther forward? I think
Of course.
that seems like it. Where it's at would be a very good place to put a big gun.
No, as I said, it's like it was there only as a temporary measure. So it was just there for testing purposes. It's not by that entire compartment. I mean, the battery behind it as well. That was just there for trying stuff out.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just moving the ammo for right now.
I mean, I almost bolted it just straight onto the outside of the ship because hell with it. So you know.
A lot of times I'll like try to make it to where like only one part of like a huge slab of ammo is stuck to the hull, so that way I could just delete one block and get rid of it all at once if I want to. I don't know if other people do that. I just
that's
something I do in my building process when I'm testing weapons out on a hull, see how it reacts.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, the fact you can put rail charges onto other rail charges, and it works. You know, a bit of extra charging, sure, that's fine.
Alright, so I redid the ammo placement, and I kind of cordoned it off with the bits of metal in between, so that way it all does a chain react.
Okie doke.
And I'll go back and check out my anti-aircraft gun here, see how it works. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better now.
Yeah, I could hear it chatting away in the background.
Yeah, rate of fire is up to 209.
Do you want to fire it again? I've just brought my camera forward, so people watching the stream can see it.
Yeah, I think that'll do alright. I just, like I said, I'm used to dealing with fire rates that are even faster than this. Like, in 2.4.9, the same turret could probably do about 300 to 400 rounds a minute. If I did it with a gauge of 36 millimeter, I could get it up to 5.
That says, I do like 1 GP plus stab fin plus timed plus the rest HE with a hollow point tip shell for casemates.
Yeah,
For casemates.
Casemate's got some kind of indirect buffs. I guess that's one way to describe it. Anyway, where the rate of fire is now more related to the shell setup, which is something that I've been wanting for a while. So at least that's something they've done right here recently.
Are you going to test fire the thing?
The anti-aircraft gun?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what you're fine. Hey, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I put an anti-missile system just behind that. I figured that'd be a good place to put it, and that's where I stuck the shell for it, is underneath the missile system. I also built a barbette around it, so if that turret happens to go up, it won't take anything else with it. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. I think my gun's turned out okay. Do you want to take a look and see what you think?
Sure. Is it the ones that you're going to mount on either side? Oh yeah, I like how you did the cap on it. That looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's
What caliber did you go with? Yeah, I thought it looked like a 200 mil.
Yeah, it's a 200 mil, but it's got a steady fire rate of 82 RPM.
I don't think the engine's quite keeping up with the. It seems like it doesn't quite keep up with it.
Well, but by default, the fuel engine only runs at 10% charge for batteries.
Ah, okay. That kind of seemed a little weird to me because that's like a 9200 power engine, so.
Yeah, but we can change that in the engine settings, so that's easy to sort out.
I'm thinking here in the middle, like a 400 millimeter gun could probably go here.
Wait, where are you thinking?
That part that I hollowed out.
Yeah, oh, what you want to go there?
I'm thinking a 400 mil 4 meter. I think that would work pretty well in here.
Yeah, that could work well. Do we have space for ammo and stuff though, if you do that?
Don't know yet.
Yeah, because that's something we need to be a little bit aware of.
I think I'm
about
yes.
there. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Looks great.
Yeah, it looks okay. That.
My only concern is plunging fire.
Well, that's going to be a problem for the ship in general, honestly. Though
as fast as it moves, though, it probably isn't going to worry too much about it. I mean, it does look like it's designed to go pretty quick.
That's part of the reason why I kind of bulked out the turret a bit to the sides. The turret actually provides some protection as well, and for less direct fire, there is the outer armor on the actual turrets themselves on the inside.
Okie dokie.
But the big problem with these turrets is just the fact that there's not much space for them, and they're actually kind of bulky for the space they've got. So. Yeah, they've got issues, but they should work well enough.
We know.
I think space I need to leave for it to be operational. Yeah, seems to be turning okay. Only issue is I forgot to install the 2-meter AA mantlet.
That'll get you.
Yep. We want this thing to be able to shoot on enemy flyers, because why wouldn't you want to shoot enemy flyers with a 200mm cannon? I mean, that's the whole reason of life, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I think I'll leave the 3-meter with the slope on the front though for the upper armor.
Wait, I thought it was 42.
Nah, that's life, the universe, and everything.
Oh.
So that includes some extra expressions that aren't quite covered by what we were just talking about, so that's fine.
Yep, I can definitely do that. Okay. I don't know if I like that there.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got your AA gun. We've got my general purpose abomination. I saw you added a missile rack in the front there.
Yes, it's an anti-missile missile rack.
Anti-missile missile rack. Okay. You're adding a 400mm, you said it was?
Yes. It's probably going to have ejectors. If I got enough room.
It's looking a bit tight in the area you're working, actually.
I know, that's why I'm saying if I have enough room.
Ugh. Is there a particular reason you're wanting to use 4 of those cooling columns?
I'm just used to having a lot of coolers. Is there any particular reason?
No, I'm asking because you could. What I do sometimes is I squash it down so it's all on a flat plane with the coolers. And if you're worried about space, then that might help you out.
It just, from what I knew of this version, it seemed like.
Oh, also you don't need to use coolers for connection. You can use the 6 ways and it'll connect just fine to everything.
Well, it just seemed like you needed more coolers though in this version, so that's why I'm doing it that way.
You tend to, but what you really want, I think, is to get a shell onto it, and then you'll actually know because it'll give you the full measurement of what its cooling and loaders are doing.
Yeah, I think I might redo this because I'm not liking how it's turning out just yet.
Okay, I'll get started on some hull work then.
Okay.
Why do we have these hydrofoils at the front?
I don't know, I didn't stick them there.
I know, it's just, I'm wondering if you had any thought on that, because this is Heizmeister's creation, so what do they do exactly? You know?
Hadn't got the slightest clue, but then again, we just kind of loaded it in and didn't like do any testing on it to see.
Oh, we said it's like it looks like
it's kind of a skimmer, almost.
I'm dropping the tractor on it.
Okay.
So let's actually give it let's fire it up if we can and see how we do.
Okay.
There is a basic steering wheel system here. Okay. Yeah, it is meant to skim along the surface.
It's moving at a pretty good clip, honestly.
Yeah, it's got that big custom jet at the back of it though, so that's helping it. Very bad on the turning.
A lot of stuff is though.
This is a what was it called? An acranoplan? I think it was. I think it was in the Chrono Plan, wasn't it?
Hell if I knew. Okay, let's see here.
Oh yeah, sorry, Chrono Plan was a model. The model rather. It's yeah, it's a ground effects vehicle, I think. Or it's meant to be. Ground effect vehicle, by the way, is basically like a plane combined with a boat. That was developed. I think Russia built the only really working ones during the Cold War, and it was meant to be like a heavy cargo mover that was it was down low like a boat, but it was very fast.
It's like a seaplane that just like almost
ground
just like almost hovers like right above the surface. I think I know what you're talking about. It has a bunch of jet engines strapped on the side of it.
Yeah, which had like 8 big jet engines strapped up near the front. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, though it was eventually ditched because it only really worked in ideal conditions.
I wonder why.
Well, any kind of rough sea would effectively take it out of action. So yeah, it had a few issues, and also it had trouble getting started as well, because that's why it had all those big engines at the front, just to get it started by running, by forcing their jet wash under the wings to give it lift to get it started, and then that was really all they did for the most part. But yeah, Raz, it's a ground effect vehicle is not a plane that flies so low. It's a plane that's literally built to go into that little gap just above the water, where there's extra lift because of the air getting compressed directly against the ground. And that's why they had such high load capacity on them. But yeah, the floors were just too great for it though, so it's like, yeah. But yeah, this thing seems to work quite well though, but...
Do you think we could get it to go a little quicker?
We could change the angle of attack on the hydrofoils. Because it surges up out of the water very hard. And in fact, it actually makes most of its rear props useless when it gets up out of the water. It's just when it... I think they're there just to get it out of the water in the first place. So yeah, this is a hydrofoil, actually. No, it's styled like a ground effect plane. Oh, Existence says Caspian Sea Monster.
Yes. I know that's what I was thinking of. Oh my god, that thing is crazy. Let's see here.
In terms of speed, let's see. Well, yeah, Hertz has gone with a conventional custom jet, and it's also. I think he did this before the custom jet got reworked, because actually a bunch of the stuff isn't actually connected either. So that's a bunch of stuff. Okay, I'll strip out all of the compressors and things to just go purely into combustion. So we'll give it a big power boost. I don't agree with this being the best way to build a custom jet, but it's like...
There's not a whole lot of good documentation on their... out there to do it.
It grates on... I was about to say my soul, but I don't have one. Or sensibilities, but I don't have those things either. Or...
Really, how's that been going for you? That bad, huh?
Makes it easier to put up with being completely depressed all the time, but yeah. Ooh, massive number of fuel injectors, actually. I've just
Did
stripped
he
out
go pretty heavy into the fuel injectors?
I just stripped out a couple, but yeah, he had like 5 under here or something.
Really?
They were the only thing that was actually still connected. It says we can delete and replace the bridge if we want. That thing creates a lot of drag anyway. I think you've got.
We could probably redo it.
Well, yeah, we can
I mean,
increase the
I don't know
speed by
about rip
making
it out
it aerodynamic.
entirely, but...
It's very blunt at the moment. Same with the wings. We can increase the aerodynamics of this craft to speed it up. But I've just tweaked the jets, and it's now running at 5,000 fuel per minute. I wish I'd actually bothered to check the stats before I redid it. Then I'd actually know what it was doing before. So yeah, that's one small regret. But unless you spawn in a new one for me to check it. Actually, yeah. Can you spawn in a new one for us to? Might as well have one just hanging around for a comparison.
Have one what?
Have one that we've not tinkered with.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That way we can actually see that we are quote unquote doing something.
There you go.
Sure. I'll just grab that one with a dock as well.
I think the detection system on top probably could use a bit of a rework too, but...
Well, Hertz did say it's unfinished.
Yep.
There we go, that's the unaltered version.
When I mentioned the idea I had about sharing the Discord with you guys, he seemed pretty stoked about it.
Does this mean I'm officially thinking of doing the migration of guys from my Discord if they're okay with it? Because I
am
also don't know
perfectly
how
fine
to
with
save
it. I don't
my
got a
Discord,
problem with
so...
that. With those guys, I think several of them actually came over to my Discord anyway.
Yeah, I mean I've freely linked it, and yeah, but let's be honest, my Discord's kind of dead, and I really don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to revive it, so I guess I'll put it out there and see if anyone.
Well, this is no fault of yours.
Part of it is, but again, part of it isn't. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Max power output is 87.8, so 88, and it uses 3,000 fuel per minute. The one I've just tinkered with a little bit is almost twice as powerful and uses about 60% more fuel.
Yours uses more fuel than the other?
Yeah, because I've directly boosted combustion chambers, and boosting combustors on a custom jet actually increases fuel drain.
Okay. I thought it was the...
Or maybe I've installed too many fuel injectors, but...
I thought it was the fuel injectors that increased that, so that's... I guess that's a reason for my confusion.
Okay. So if I change it down to 3, I use 10% less fuel and produce about... yeah, I use about 10% less fuel and produce about 12% more force. Okay. Little upgrade there, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. When you get a moment, can you give me some feedback on this turret cap that I'm working on?
It looks like a World War tank.
I know.
That was my
so I was asking for feedback on it.
Right. What kind of style are you trying to go with? Because it's got the low angle slopes on the front. I think that's contributing a lot to its appearance.
You think it looks good? Looks bad?
I think it looks heavy, and I suspect that's part of the point, isn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't be far from the truth. I do have a lot of room back here for some railgun parts. So, I don't really know if I want to do that. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go because, like I said, I am not too familiar with the
No,
current
that's a good way to
game.
go about it. Just go for it.
Yeah. No, you're right. I do think I'm going to put some detection in here, though. Like maybe a 90 camera and a... Oh, well, what's the thing called? Probably like a rangefinder, armored. Mostly because I like the way it looks. I mean, I know the laser rangefinder is probably better, but
Wait, which one have you put in?
the armored rangefinders?
Oh, you mean coincidence rangefinders?
Yes.
I never really touched those things, so...
I just like how they look. I think that looks pretty cool.
I'm just extending the pontoons, I think. Oh, and of course, mirror mode. Right. Raz says that he would offer the Entropy Discord as a shared Discord between multiple streamers and content producers.
I'm fine with that.
Isn't that what the Entropy Discord was actually originally created for, if I recall?
I believe it was.
Yeah,
I think he was just kind of trying to tie everyone into the same place, which made perfect sense to me. I mean,
yeah, we had a bunch of people trying to do their own Discords and things. It's like,
I don't think Heizmeister has one. Normal might. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
well, to be honest, mine was kind of going that way as well for a while. That's why we had stuff like Joe and Ethan and other guys just releasing content on mine.
Yeah. I haven't talked to him in a while. Have you heard from him at all?
Tracker Joe?
Yeah.
No. Not since
miss
he
hanging out with him
stopped turning up for his Space Engineers streams.
Yeah. Oh well.
I know he's been around.
Yes, I stopped streaming those because they didn't like getting any attention at all.
Yeah, they didn't get any attention, but honestly, that very last time we did it was the time we actually made decent progress in very short order as well. Because everyone actually got together and actually worked on the ship instead of just like flying off and doing whatever by themselves. So it was a very different
was always
thing.
I was always trying to stay busy, you know, like trying to make sure I was always like either salvaging or farming something or mining or whatnot. So
Raz says that that is what it was created for, actually. Yes.
okay.
Also about your turret, Raz says it it looks very blocky.
A lot of people tell me my turret caps look blocky. So get in line.
I think it's the low angle on the front. I think that's what contributes to it quite a bit.
Okay.
Normal says that he has an unused Discord, and your Hun group has one.
My what group?
Your HUN group has one. I'm not sure who he was talking to with your, but
Oh gosh.
Is that one
I'm
yours?
not entirely sure myself.
He might have been talking to Raz. I don't think he was talking to me, but
I guess I could go with some more sloping on the front of this.
you could try rounding it out. I mean, mine's actually kind of blocky as well, if you look at it closely. It's just that I've kind of like done multi-tier on it. So it's got the rounded circular bit and then it's a bit bulked up in the middle. So that's what I did with those.
Maybe something like this.
I'm just adding angles to increase the aerodynamics of the sides. I think that's even more blocky than
I know.
Normal says sorry, our Hun group, not yours. So okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we had no idea what you were on about there, so. So it turns out it was something that we were not actually involved in anyway, so.
okay, fair enough. Maybe something more like that then. And I could do this, and that, so it's not entirely horrible. What do you think of that?
1 second. Yeah, that does make it, yeah. That little bit of rounding does help, I think, in the appearance. It does make it look a bit better. I'm guessing it's bulked up on the sides there because of armor.
Yes.
Those angle points, so there's no way you can smooth that bit down a little bit?
Possibly.
I mean, you could install like the inverted L1 meters in the corner there, couldn't you? Sorry, the wait, that's 3 meter length, isn't it? Or does that clash with how you want to do it? I think that's the question. Because when I round things, I tend to do it all the way around like that, more than anything else. Or
Actually,
yeah, or halfway around like that.
How's that? That looks pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think that looks a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, Raz said that it helps just having that rounded bulge at the front around the man clip. Now we'll see what he says about that one as well. What do you think of what's going on at the sides? Do you think I should continue doing this? Or would it be better if I didn't?
With
Just
are you talking
front
about
of
with
the
the sloping?
yeah, the front on the wings.
Actually, I was thinking that maybe those pontoons might be a great place for air-to-air missiles to launch from. I mean,
Yeah,
no, surface-to-air missiles.
Yeah, definitely could be. But
Like,
I'm doing this to
small
improve its,
missiles?
aerodynamics a bit and make it look a bit more sleek.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that,
asking if you're okay with the shaping that's going on.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I just threw out that missile idea there because I'm worried that your sloping there might.
No, I mean, if
conflict
anything,
with
it
that.
actually gives more space for vertical launch missiles
Yeah.
to go out of. So
Okay, I see what you mean. No biggie.
yeah,
All
so
right,
this is where the angling will go to, and then
Okay.
there'll be extra flat space in the bit that's stretched forward. So yeah, more space.
Yay! Yay for more space.
More DACA, because why the hell not?
There's always room for more DACA.
In fact, the new space I just added is empty as well, so perfect for adding more missiles. Actually, while we're talking about missiles, do we want to keep those torpedoes that are in the underside? Of the,
I'm thinking yes. I think that's actually a good place for them.
Because I want to at least relocate them, I think. Just shuffle their position at least a little bit down there, so I can get the bottom of the thing shaped as well.
Okay.
So that way I can improve, again, the dynamics of it, and remove a little bit of drag. Just make it a bit of a sleeker design overall. I think that's kind of what I'm doing with it. It's just like going sleeker, sleeker, sleeker. But that's my normal build style, so I don't know if I'm getting carried away with it or not.
I'm thinking for the 400mm cannon here, maybe APHE. Any thoughts on that?
The AP, has a massive issue in current,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the fact that every high explosive middle you add will divide armor piercing by 10. Same with frags.
Is that?
And that's per.
Is it
HE.
supposed to be that way?
That's the way it's been for a while now, but it's resulted in me not trying to use APHE because the only way I've got it to reliably work is to place a Sabo on it, and then that cuts the explosive power down to a quarter. So.
Well, the way I currently have it set up here, kinetic damage of about 7,000 with an armor pierce of 26.4. That's garbage. Where the hell's all the kinetic damage?
Sorry, I didn't catch that because I was glancing at the thing. Raz says he likes what you've done with the turret cap, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Raz.
Yeah, what were you saying about all the kinetic damage?
Yeah, I expected this shell to have a lot more kinetic damage than this. I mean, it's got an expected armor pierce of 26.4
That's
with about
really
7.
bad.
Yes, with about 7k kinetic damage. I'm like, the shit.
I think you'll find most of the kinetic damage nowadays is actually tied to the solid warhead body. If I recall.
Yeah, I got like 2 solid warhead bodies on there and an armor piercing head.
Okay, hang on. Where's your shell customizer for it?
I put it right next to the one for the anti-aircraft gun in the front.
Okay, it's because you put the HE on it. Remember, each one divides the armor piercing by 10.
That's ridiculous.
It is, very much so. And as I said, it's the same for frags and a lot of the other like active warhead shells. So it's why I think.
But what's the
APHE
point of
is
having
dead.
APHE?
It's more or less dead at the moment. I think, at least as compared to how it was before. The only way I've got it to work, honestly, is like having like 1 armor pierce, 1 HE, and then the rest of it is just like drive the shell forward as hard as you can to smash it into the target. And then I managed to get AP on a high caliber shell of like 60 odd, which is decent, but yeah.
God, what the hell were these guys smoking? Is that just, I don't know, is it like intentional or?
I don't know, but as I said, it's applied to a bunch of
Is
things.
that a
It's
bug?
Like, it seems like every payload carrying warhead has that effect on it. So it's frag heads, HE, flak,
Garbage is what it
EMP,
is.
smoke. So anything you'd want to drive through with a penetration fuse greatly reduces armor penetration of the shell.
Then I'm tempted to go with maybe a hollow point head instead.
Yeah, that would be a lot more reliable. Raz says kinetic damage was down nerfed into the ground. Pen depth is basically only possible with the largest weapons, and even for them is usually not worth it. Yeah, well, that goes back to what I said, which was like, I got a decent AP score with a Sabo head, or with a HE warhead, but then, of course, the HE was dropped to 25%, and that was on a 500mm shell, so that was only like a few hundred.
Now this looks like it could be potentially nasty. Expected thump damage about 10k, with explosive damage of about 9,000.
Yeah, it's thump 10k. You packed a lot of HE into that.
Yeah. I think it'd be pretty nasty, but Oh wait.
Oh, something else that happened, by the way, is they actually nerfed the bleed base as well.
I fudged something. Never mind, forget I did that. I thought I was gonna try adding some fuses on there, and then I was like, wait, no, never mind.
Raz says he's found Hollow Point plus HE and Hesh to be the best shells at the moment.
So, not a lot's really changed, huh?
Yeah. Well, a whole bunch of stuff has changed, but a whole bunch of stuff has not. So, It's not like
Okay.
everything's changed. It's all different. There are similarities still with the system you're used to, and I think that's something I've always said. But it's finding the changes and finding what's still familiar is one of the issues that's going on. Oh, Heizmeister says don't forget to paint it red for triple speed.
Yes.
And Normal says give speed to the shell by rail and not by gunpowder. Then your shells could be shorter reload time or carry more DACA, less ammo / shell too.
That is very true.
Honestly, for optimal speeds, I prefer to balance them. It depends on how much of a cooldown you're willing to accelerate. A cooldown you're willing to accelerate from the gun. Yeah, throw the cooldown at the enemy. That'll make them really weep. Yeah, how much cooldown you're going to build your gun to tolerate, really. But you will, of course, be paying in load time as well as cooldown.
Oh yeah.
With the system.
I haven't even loaded it yet, so I was just throwing something together.
Hiya, Clint. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Clint.
Good to see you. And Raz says it's gone full circle. In some ways, yes. Yes, it has.
Alright, let's see what kind of stats this gun has. What the crap? Did you just see that?
Only in passing. Yeah. Did you connect it to one of my shell loaders for the side guns?
I wonder if I did, because
I think you did, because those are the only shells currently on the ship that would allow you to do that. That's the normal style railgun in effect.
Yep, my bad.
What did you have the rail?
I was like the
set
shit.
To? Yeah, your rails were only using 1,000 per shot, and what's its energy capacity at? Oh, it's still reloading.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5,000 per. Yeah, your railgun has up to 20,000 ready to go, so it could fire 20 shells without the recharge with the current settings.
If this thing will ever finish loading, Jesus.
Yeah, you kind of spent all your shells in a surprise discharge, so yeah. I am honestly shocked that you didn't come up with that first. So yeah, you've really corrupted me, jeez.
How about that, folks? I made a funny.
Killing me now. Actually, don't. As low as I've ever gone. Yeah, I've not actually tried to kill myself, so.
I sure as hell hope not. Who the hell would I do FTD videos with?
Oh, this was before we started doing FTD videos, for the most part. So,
yeah.
Yeah, Raz says single barrel shotgun. Raz, have you not seen Normal's work on railguns? I take it, because...
He has done some very interesting things with them, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I even built my side guns along those lines. I just turned it down because they're smaller scale stuff. But yeah, this is what Normal worked out with the railguns could do with this. So what he's got there is basically a massive 400mm pellet shotgun. So yeah. Okay, Raz, to do that, all you need is to have a shell which has no gunpowder in it, and build it into a railgun.
Pretty much. I've experimented with this idea, and it was...
Yeah, and then it'll fire with no cooldown.
It's kind of crazy.
Because without the only thing that will limit your rate of fire is having the shells loaded and having charge in the railgun to fire it.
What the hell's the load time on this thing like?
No, it's 400mm, so it's going to be fairly bad. There's also the question of which shell you've actually connected to. Let's see.
Loading time 77.7 seconds.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, my shells are a bit long for a fast firing railgun.
It's still like spitting them out like crazy.
Yeah, you want to restrict the RPM. If you want to have a railgun built on these lines like I've got in the side guns, then you want to severely restrict the RPM.
It's telling me here it's like 9.3.
No, that tells you the what it can sustain right now. The autoloaders can handle a 9.3. You've got actually you've.
I think I'm still connected to the wrong.
You are still connected to the wrong. You need to force override to make it change to a different one. However, I was going to say you seem to have forgotten what I told you earlier. Which is that you only need one intake per autoloader. And you've definitely got almost 2 per autoloader.
Force a habit, Ion.
I know, yeah. It's a very hard habit to break, that one. Oh, Raz says this is part of the reason why he gave us the BB01 Cerberus to mess around with, just to see what kind of illegalities we come up with for it. And I think he's now planning to see, well, I think he's hoping to see...
That's better.
See some kind of rail system like this on it, I'm guessing. Richter, welcome to the stream, and yes, we are pimping Heizmeister. He's really cheap right now, but it's first come, first served. Normal says if you only use loaders and no racks, there is no load time. True. Actually, there is still a load time technically, but it's only the time to reload from the ship's ammo reserve, not within the cannon system itself. So, yeah.
This could probably be optimized a bit better as far as the cooling goes, but I think it's viable.
Have you got your own shells installed now?
Yes.
Did you haven't cleared the clip though?
Oh, I did.
Really? Because mine's still saying that there's no cooling limit on its fire rate. Did you go into the cannon settings and there's a button in the second tab marked clear clips?
Yeah, I did that.
What did it take to set to? Five modules. Oh. Wait, which shell are you meant to be using?
It's got a secondary shape charge.
Ah, yeah, got you. Okay. Yep, you are on the right one. I just wasn't sure. Yeah, okay. I think you just still had a couple of the previous rounds still loaded in it.
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing it. Yeah, your barrel cooldown, it's 3.86 seconds. So yeah, that's yeah, you got plenty of cooldown on it.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to, I think, what I was doing with the sides.
Yeah, sorry to be a distraction.
That's fine, I mean... Well, that's part of how this thing goes, isn't it? It's like...
More or less.
How do you feel about these things, rather than being, like, blunt like this, instead being long downward stretches?
What do you mean?
Like this.
I'm confused.
See what I've done to the side?
No.
Yeah, look at the front of the sponsons.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think of putting like something like that into it? Just stretching them out a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Look alright?
Yeah. I think it'll be fine. Just fine.
Just leaving our mark on this thing.
Let's see here. I added some more loaders to this.
Yeah, right now, in this version, as I said, you get the same rate of fire if you have a clip in the side of the autoloader with an ammo feed on it. So
yeah, I remember Normal saying something about that.
Yes, that's really all you
That was
need.
a while ago.
Though then there's no benefit to fire rate if you have like a longer clip on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's purely down to number of clips plugged directly into the autoloader.
Hmm.
The only advantage
Actually,
of
I
the
think
longer
I
one
got
is it holds spare shells, so you don't have to reload it from the actual ship itself for a while.
I think I got some room for another autoloader in here, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Aha.
Remember, you've got to test fire it to make sure it all works, so keep on going. That is one of the fun bits about From the Depths after all. You've got to make sure everything works properly.
Oh, yeah. I got like 2 more RPM out of it by tearing out a bunch of the coolers, and I added like 3 more autoloaders, so...
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about that change. It's like, you can see where the bottleneck is a lot more easily.
Mm-hmm.
Heizmeister's ship continues to get more.
Maybe we ought to ask him if he'll use it in his Great Talents Let's Play.
I
I saw his announcement video on it. I didn't understand a lick of it because he did it in German, but his airships look amazing.
mostly considered, I must say. How dare he speak a different language?
That's okay, us Americans feel the same way about a lot of other languages.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, it's like, well, he's native German, so hey. It's entirely up to him
Oh,
how
yeah,
he
nothing wrong
chooses
with
to do his
that.
content. I mean, heck, I watched
I'm like a
I
quarter
watched
German myself.
a tank cartoon program, which is actually in
Oh?
Russian, and
Okay.
I still follow it along pretty well. So, just a random thing I came across in my wanderings of the YouTubes. By the way, kids, wandering YouTube is actually a very dangerous thing. I wouldn't recommend it. So, yeah. You find weirdos like us out there.
I know, right? We've been multiplying like rabbits on YouTube.
Raz says testing weapons takes like 90% of his build time. It's just too much fun not to enjoy.
I know!
I
That's
spent
like
hours watching the half-built craft blow up entire fleets.
I know.
And then he says, then changing a tiny bit and watching do it all over again and again and again. Oh, and Existence says
Yeah, my wife doesn't get it.
Existence says with a spoon. So I'm guessing we're meant to go exploring YouTube with a spoon? Or something? I don't really get the context there.
I don't either.
Yeah, what do you think of the extensions on the pontoon? Are they suitably aggressive?
I think they're fine. Well, I'm wondering. I just had a crazy idea. He's got enough space in here. We could put like huge torpedoes.
Well, there was that comment earlier asking if we were going to do swarms of small missiles or just add big ones.
Well, I'm just thinking like one big torpedo on either side to launch out of the bottom of the pontoon.
Yeah, we could easily do that. I've actually moved the hydrofoils off the nose and put them in the fronts of the pontoons.
Okay.
It's a hidden place with some better hydrodynamics in this case. So, you know.
It's okay, we know what you meant. Yeah, I was just kind of
This
poking
crate has
around and
better
there see it
turnip
would be
pies.
a good place to put some like some, I don't know, maybe medium range-ish SAMs in here, but
Set to. Oh, there's there's something controlling the pitch.
well, sure as hell not me.
No, I think that's a. If it's not the AI core, then it's a PID in here somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Normal says search on YouTube for the fake trailer. The horribly slow murder with an extremely inefficient weapon. What?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
It's not one that I've want to come across. Also, how big is this missile system? Since I want to relocate it, it's pretty small actually.
What missile
Wait,
system?
Is that one whole missile?
What?
The ones underneath the side parts.
Oh yeah, those are like crazy long torpedoes he's got down there.
Okay.
And I was just thinking, on these, I could put some missiles in here. Like so. At least missiles are the same from patch to patch to patch,
What were you adding?
as far as I know.
What
Huh?
are you adding? What are you adding?
I'm adding missiles.
At whereabouts?
If you look on the outsides of your turrets,
Ah, I see. But
it
yeah,
seemed like a good spot because there's that straight shot down, so it probably supports some pretty lengthy missiles.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks fine. As far as I know, all the small and large missiles and things you're familiar with. I mean, they are in the version you got as well, aren't they?
The only main difference that I can think of, to be honest, would be they've added the heat mechanism. Remember?
Oh yeah. On the
The heat
mediums
heads?
and larger.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I think they're pretty much the same.
Should I turn these missiles so they're facing downwards, or are they meant to be like facing this way? Do you think?
Are you talking about putting in the torpedoes?
Yeah, I mean, are we okay with them being like this, or do we want to angle them so they launch straight downwards? But this is a skimmer, so that might not work too well.
I think they would be okay because they got the ejectors.
Yeah.
Personally, I've been really liking firing them straight down because they just seem like they get a whole lot better protection doing that because you could basically put them anywhere inside the hull. But in this case, it probably wouldn't matter too much because...
Well, I've removed the small amount of drag that the launchers were having, so...
Okay.
I mean, I was originally going to scoot them, but you were talking about having like large missiles underneath the pontoons, so it's like...
I was just pitching an idea.
Yeah, we don't.
It just
really
seemed like
need
there would
to-
be enough... Yeah, it just seemed like it'd be enough space to put in large torpedoes instead as an option, but we can leave them as mediums. I mean, medium high explosive torpedoes are very nasty. I love them.
I think I can condense them down a little bit and protect them a little bit more by moving the ejectors inside the craft, actually.
Okay.
In fact, yeah, I can do that. Did you tear out the local weapon control on these things, or did it never have them?
Negative. I have not touched those whatsoever.
Okay. Here's a little tip then for people, I guess. Is remember that your missile controller can connect on either side of it, as well as downwards and straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you can do is you can have the controller turn it sideways, like that, and then you can have it sitting in the middle between the staggered fire and the IFF, and it'll all connect up without any need for connector blocks underneath it. So doing that, I've managed to shave out a couple of blocks. Sure, a couple of blocks isn't worth that much on a larger vehicle, but it can help for arrangements like this. Like, it lets me take these ejectors and move them up into the hole, rather than having them stuck underneath, which I think Hertz was forced to do because of how it was before. So yeah, just a little arrangement tip which can help to make a missile system slightly more compact and easier to handle.
Very nice.
And that lets me, of course, put some metal armor underneath, which helps to protect the to cover a little bit more from any incoming damage. Like that. So yeah, there you go. Well, a little tip from me for the day, I guess, if anyone's really interested in that. But I learned that from working on all the compact flyers and drones and things I've been doing.
Okay.
I'm also going to strip out the hydrofoils on the side here, because I'm not sure how much work they were doing. Like,
I think I've always wondered about the one-turns. Does it matter where they're placed on the missile, like, at all?
No, it doesn't.
It just doesn't seem like it is in my experience, anyway.
Now, one-turns, they have the effect you want anywhere on the missile itself. Just having it is enough. It doesn't matter beyond that. I'm going to drop it in the water again, just so we can see how it performs with the hydrofoil shifted around.
Alright, I'm going with infrared seeking missiles on these. Heizmeister tends to like the infrared seekers.
Yeah, it's still going. It's not keeping
what kind of speed are we getting up to here?
46, 47. It's a bit choppy out here, so that's a slight issue. But yeah, it's doing like 46, 47-ish. What was it doing before?
It's like somewhere in the mid to high 40s, I think.
Yeah, so taking out the hydrofoils and things hasn't really affected it too much. It's not really getting the pitch it was getting before, but I'm not sure what the hydrofoils are responding to, so I need to check that. But yeah, it because of how quickly it surged up out of the water, that made me feel like it had too many hydrofoils on it. And it seems to be working more or less the same with most of the hydrofoils removed, so yeah. Hooray! Raz says he likes vertical launch torpedoes primarily so they can engage targets in all directions quickly without having to spend half their lifetime turning around first. With chaff and radar decoys, radar seekers got hit hard in terms of reliability. True, but that's why if I'm doing any kind of heavier missile, I put signal analyzers on them. Just help counteract that kind of stuff. Okay, so I need to figure out what's controlling the pitch for the hydrofoils and things now. Or if it's an altitude thing going on. There's your missile defense things. There's a massive bank of hydrofoils still in the nose that were actually embedded inside the armor. Makes me wonder why Hertz put the ones on the outside actually.
Oh, I knew.
Okay.
It seems like small missiles kind of got a buff to fuel here.
If you put a one turn into it, haven't you? So you've probably got internal space, which is by default on fuel. So.
Okay.
Yeah, just about any utility piece will give you an internal space for stuff. I forget if that's what it's like in yours, but that's what it's like on here. So.
No, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
I've actually got an APN and TPG in there, so.
Roll pitch and artificial set points. Oh, altitude. Ah. So it's artificially trying to climb to 76.6 meters. What? Okay.
These should be some fairly nimble missiles. Nimble and fast, anyway.
Oh, these guys have a resting angle of 45 degrees. Okay, let's install the bank under the nose then. And I think we can get rid of the ones that are taking up the interior nose space.
I think Heizmeister was talking about some kind of redo of the superstructure.
He said it would be okay for us to take out that and redo it.
Okay.
And my comment on that was like we could swap it out for something that's more aerodynamic. Hertz was saying it's a big source of lag, not lag, drag.
So it's a drag. Okay.
Yeah, it slows the craft down. So.
Didn't you say you wanted to do something with this engine?
Yeah, I was considering swapping it out for the one that Razul shared with me ages back for adventure runs.
Is it fuel injected or what?
It's a carburetor one, but it expands really easily to whatever we need it to be.
Oh, okay. I could start tearing it out if you want to put it in. Tear out the old one, I mean.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, yeah.
What space do you need? Is it like a 5x5 or what?
Hang on, I'm thinking. What was it? It's five tall.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no, hang on. Those were the inlines, wasn't it? Oh, it's been ages since I... Hang on.
Is that the behemoth?
No.
Okay.
No, it was one of... I believe it's one that Raz came up with himself.
Ah, gotcha.
Slain the battleship, you're making an appearance 2 weeks in a row. Come out, please. I summoned thee.
Is it that engine?
It's the model engine that this thing's with.
Oh, okay.
Well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7 across. 7 across.
7 meters wide.
Yeah, 7 meters across, 3 meters tall, actually.
Okay. What kind of power does that get?
Well, the thing is, it scales its efficiency as it goes, but
Well, I'm just curious if how much power it gets, because this thing gets like 9,200 as is. I wasn't quite sure what the power was on that one in particular.
220 per meter in length, roughly.
Okay.
How long is the engine in the?
That's almost gone, actually.
You've torn it out.
I'm just about done tearing it out. Yeah.
Oh, you took out the custom jet as well?
No, not the custom jet, just the fuel engine.
Oh wait, no, it's hidden in this view mode. Okay. I'll check the unaltered one then, see what's going on there.
I wonder if Heizmeister, did you make this engine yourself?
It'd be like 4,000, 5,000-ish in the length that the previous one was. So yeah, it's not as powerful, but it's like effective. So yeah, how much power does this thing actually need? I think is the more appropriate question.
I don't know, but when it comes to power, I always figure the more the merrier.
Existence says loading. Please wait. Oh, is the stream stuttering for you guys? Oh, Raz says it's not an efficient engine, it's an easy to build one that is decent. Yeah, that's right. makes me wonder if actually maybe we should have stuck with Hertz's, but hey, we've torn it out now, so let's put some oil.
Well, I
some
could
gas
always
filter in there.
pull in the useful engine platform in, but
Yeah,
because I know how you love that thing. Now I got some different platforms I could put in there, but I kind of had to tear the bottom out of this because it's not going to fit a 5x5 very well. So
That's fine. Yeah. Might as well get rid of the slender since. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe a Ruby
I
might
think I actually
work.
I deepened this engine slightly so that it gets a little bit more exhaust gas, so it's more efficient compared to Raz's one. So that's why its dimensions are off from what he said. But yeah, slender battleship, you are no longer required. Go away.
That was a huge leg spike there.
That's because the Gamma reserve of the battleship detonators.
I figured as much.
Oh, Heizmeister says that the engine is not one that he built himself, it's one from the useful engine platform.
I thought so. A lot of people get their engines from that thing. It's just it's so damn useful.
I don't like what I don't like about it really is just how it can lag up multiplayer games if you spawn it in and leave it in. So,
Well,
that's my.
I'm not going to spawn it in this time. I'm going to go with a different one. I got some other engine platforms. Let's see here. Usually the Ruby engine variants work pretty good in this kind of space. See, that wasn't too bad, was it? Okay. So that's going to need a 20.
You could always make
Do we
it
have
a steam turbine. Depends how extravagant we want to be with the power sources, really.
Could we move the batteries?
Yes, they are the temporary batteries, aren't they?
I believe. I saw that they were on the other end of the engine compartment. For the engine that I'm wanting, I need at least 20 meters, and I came up about 19.
Take out the custom jet as well if you want.
Maybe for this build on, maybe we could do like a dual system where we have engine power dedicated to, I don't know, land shields and thrusters, and then like have a turbine system for charging batteries only.
Have a what that's for charging batteries only? A steam system for batteries?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be easy to do. So yeah, that should be fine.
Heizmeister, do you approve of the changes so far? I don't think I've heard anything from him lately.
Yeah, Richter says it's easy to build one that is decent, but it's way easier to just grab one from the useful engine platform. Yeah, it's one of those things.
That is so true.
Let's see, fins, fuel tank, one turn, explosive, torpedo, sonar. I guess a ballast tank is the last. Should I bother with a ballast tank actually?
If you're going with torpedoes, yes.
Okie doke.
I always use ballast tanks, always.
We've got a ballast, set the float depth to 10. Wild buoyancy is going to be -2. explosive warhead sonar. Space for extra hit high explosives. Done. Does 20 seconds sound decent for a torpedo's life?
I usually shoot for like 40.
Okay, so I need to slow it down then.
What size torpedoes are you going with?
Well, there was that talk about putting in a large torpedoes, so I've installed a couple in the front of the pontoons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I go with about 40.
Okay, to extend to make it a little bit better, I'll give it like a 4-second wind up, which means I need to shoot for a fuel time of 38 seconds.
Okay, that's where that is.
And Heizmeister says he definitely approves of what we're doing with this.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so we've not offended him yet. We need to try harder.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, for the most part, he seems pretty unflappable.
True. There we go, that's a solid basic torpedo, I think. That should work pretty well.
Okay, so this engine that I'm sticking in here is going to give us about 20k power.
That's set to eject downwards. Never quite sure with the missile launch pads, honestly, so I don't tend to bother with that. But okay. There we go. A couple of basic high-X missiles. Sorry, high-X torpedoes installed in under there.
Yeah, large HE anything is pretty insane as far as damage goes.
Yep. Half the time it's just getting it to target.
You remember that that missile launching platform that I made, the Scudley?
Yep, I remember the Scudley.
For Ashes? That thing would one-shot tanks, and I think it did like about 100k explosive damage. Quite fun to watch.
Nothing else, large high explosive missiles really put on a show.
Let's see here. I think I'm gonna double bottom this. Just to give that engine a little bit more protection.
You guys are going to ignore pitch completely. I just want you to go 45 degrees.
Are we skimming?
Yeah, I've just told the front hydrofoils to just to ignore the pitch control because they had them at a shallower angle.
We're in the low 50s now, so we definitely gained some speed.
Well, yeah, that's because compared to the last test run, I got the nose out of the water a little bit more. Do better. Though if I do better, then it's going to affect.
Maybe, but we should work on redoing the superstructure, see if we can't get less drag out of it. So that way we could see if we might be able to conserve engine power. I'm just going to go ahead and start pulling that off.
Okay.
I don't
the thing
suppose.
definitely moves now. So
I don't suppose that you happened to see if there's like any decent places to put a lamp system, did you?
you mean the core itself?
Yes.
That's only space we've got is what's available in there.
Okay, for some reason this isn't flying off like it should be.
An area we can save on engine power actually is removing some of the rear props which we don't need. Since they're
Hey, now you can
underwater,
see!
absolutely nothing. Am I getting bugs in my face now? I am. Thanks for that.
Yum, yum, yum.
That's my daily protein.
Think of it as a protein supplement. Oh, there we go.
This thing is definitely changing compared to its previous incarnation.
Indeed.
And yeah, taking that superstructure off gave it another 3 meters per second, roughly. Here we are back in place. Not sure we need that downward pitch assist on the back. Also, these guys are... Oh, there's an inverted one in here for some reason. That was working.
Inverted what? Who's inverted?
I've gone into the hydrofoils at the back where I've not messed with those yet, and one of them is actually upside down.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was thinking maybe an ACB, excuse me, an ACB may have gotten fudged or something at some point.
In fact, I'm going to set those guys to pitch and see how it handles with that.
Let's see here.
Yep, it has more trouble water starting without those extra
No,
props
I
on the
don't
back.
want that. I want glass. Yes.
Got it. So we do need some of those, but the problem is that they were just so low in the... Sorry, they were just so high on the craft.
Mm. I'm gonna try doing some glass work here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I see why there was such a big bank of propellers on the back end.
It's probably just to get a little oomph to get it started, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but then they were, because of how high they were fitted, they were just wasting their force completely. It's just getting it high enough for the jets to start to come out of the water.
Oh, come on, where the frickin'... No, there it goes.
Yeah, I'm going to relocate these downwards slightly. Which also means there's going to be some extra hydrofoils in the nose.
Get that. No, no, I don't want that piece. I want that piece. Any thoughts on the superstructure so far?
Hang on, I'm still trying to correct what I've done to the
Oh,
thing.
never mind.
Right. It's
No,
a bit
I don't want to
low.
interrupt. I don't want to interrupt.
No, that's fine. Are you sure about the height of it?
I'm gonna make it taller.
No, I mean like the window is right behind the forward gun turret.
Well, no one said it had to be practical.
True. Very true.
No, I can make it taller. That's no big deal.
Where are those ATVs at? There. Pitch. Hydrofoil angle. Mean sea level. Fake point set to 76. Gain ridiculously low. Well, actually not ridiculous, but it's pretty darn low. Just double the gain up some way. And where's those forward hydrofoils? I think part of it is it would help if those propellers were also helping with the pitch. Sorry, not the pitch, the altitude.
Oh, life's the pitch, Ian.
Indeed. So this guy's to respond to hover mode.
Here we go. Up, Ian, turn.
What?
Turn. That works too.
Emergency stop. Turning is not something this craft is readily capable to do very well at the moment. Right.
Yeah, thought you want to know that.
Hi Leon, welcome to the stream. Leon says a man has fallen into the river.
Who did what with the where now?
I don't know. Oh, Existence says apparently it happened in Lego City. Also, my video has a dislike. I am now sad.
I'm sorry.
Why, was that you?
No, I'm just saying I'm sorry that you got one.
That's fine. I honestly don't believe in the dislike buttons because it's like, I don't know why. It's like there's no kind of feedback, it's just like, I didn't like this, and that's all the feedback you get from it. So, I never really agreed with the dislike button very much. I don't know, I think I got it while I was like, the craft was just like cruising around, it's like, something, I don't know.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see. I guess it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Some people just like to be trolls. I know, I'm one of them.
Okay, yeah, this craft is now badly unbalanced without Heizmeister's original stuff on it. To be fair, it's, I feel like we're slowing down at this point. How long has the stream been going on? No?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's getting on towards 3 hours actually.
Oh, damn. We tend to have a nasty habit of doing this.
Razzle says turning, what's that? Slides up the island, up the mountain and flies off into space. Well, if anyone caught my last part of Small Fries, the javelin tried to do that. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean then. Oh, thank you, Richter. Richter said, "No, I'm going to like it." So I think Richter immediately smashed the like button. So thank you for that. Oh dear. Leon is apparently unhappy that I don't know the meme. I'm afraid I live under a rock as well, so there's a lot of... You'd be surprised at the stuff I don't know about. Honestly.
Yeah, I had to explain to him what a Prince Albert was earlier.
Very enlightening, yes.
I don't know if enlightening would be the word I'd use, but okay.
Heizmeister said the rear hydrophores are not angled. Yeah, that's because I had to change the settings on the rear ones. Though we are currently nose down, I think purely because of the power of the custom jets that's applying them there.
Do you think that it's imbalanced?
Oh yeah, it is imbalanced. So I've restored its forward capabilities at least.
That's okay, we're imbalanced too.
No, we are down to like 40 because we're deeper in the water than well. I need to fix that. Yeah, I set the rear ones to actually work with pitch, so they're not trying to lift the craft out. But yeah, I seem to have done something with the stabilisation of the craft and it's not happy. It's protesting by trying to sink itself.
Well, don't let it do that.
Though this listing while it turns is purely because of it being unbalanced in terms of the turning force that it applies to itself, so that's an original feature, that one. Let's see, the existence says dislike buttons is nice. We can spam dislikes in every Call of Duty trailer, every Justin Bieber video, etc.
He makes a very valid point.
This is true. Now, what I mean is, I don't particularly like it because it's like, I'd prefer if someone says they don't like something of mine. It's like, can you at least give me some constructive criticism in what I did wrong, you know? Rather than just someone saying, I don't like this, and that's it. Because to me that feels singularly unhelpful. Like, if you don't like this, then you don't like it. That's absolutely fine as well. Now Richter says, don't waste your dislikes too quickly. I first read that as quirky. It's like, I'm not sure what to make of it.
I think that will do for superstructure there.
Raz points out quite correctly that in From the Depths there is no balance. Yeah, thanks for
Yet
that.
they keep trying to balance it. And failing miserably, but that's another topic entirely.
Yep. Oh, all these are set to... Oh, all these are set to just pitch. Okay, I'll set the ones in the wings to 45s as well. Apparently I forgot about those. Okay, so what happens now if with those set to... Oh! Nose comes straight out of the water. That's an improvement. Oh yeah, that's got its point. Okay, right. Normal says, what kind of maneuver should I use for thrustercraft when I have tailplanes, but don't want to use rolls for turning? You can still use the plane AI settings. You can just tell it that it's not allowed to roll when it goes into the turns. Because one of the settings in the plane AI for maneuvering is how much of a roll are you allowed to do when you're trying to turn. So just set that to 0 and it'll try to stay static. Oh, why is this defaulting itself to... What's messing with that? It's not listening to anything, so why is it...
Oh.
I noticed that the resting state on the hydrofoil seemed to be stick to 45. But I'm not sure what might be causing that. This craft is a bit weird sometimes, honestly. I don't know. Clint said something that redacted the message. So
What's that?
Clint redacted his message. I'm sorry, Clint, I didn't see what you said there. So I just didn't get to your comment in time, unfortunately. Oh, Richter says don't waste your dislikes too quickly. It's just nonsense. That's what Richter's saying, by the way, not me.
Oh, okay.
Just to clarify, I'm not calling anything you guys say nonsense. Just, you know, it's just a thing. Oh dear. Nova Charlie, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay and your descent into madness is quick and painless.
No, Ian, don't scare him.
Sorry, slow and painful. There you go, is that better?
Yeah.
Well, priorities, I suppose. Indeed. Then again, I say priorities as I tunnel out massive holes in the armor plating, so I don't know. Priorities? Question mark. I'm just installing turning thrusters, so what are you humming about over there?
I'm just trying to think of how I want to build this sensor mast.
Fair enough. Are you going to go with like the current day approach like you tend to do?
Yes.
There we go, bank of turning thrusters on the side of it. Hey. Oh, Clint says that I fixed what he was going to talk about with the comment. Okay. I'm glad to hear it. It's always useful to try and fix things.
Indeed.
The saying we like to bash around a little bit sometimes is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But just because it's not broken doesn't mean it can't be improved sometimes. It's all down to the context, really. So says I as I tear out the rear turning thrusters, because reasons. Well, to be honest, I'm just tunneling the rear turning thrusters into the armor plating so they're a bit more protected. So this means I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of power from the custom jets, but I think it's worth it. If need be, I can always extend the jet.
Oh no, we're hovering!
Yeah, I grabbed us with the caps lock, so that I wasn't working on the water line.
Okay.
Sorry about that, I should have warned you.
It's fine.
Hello, Shortest Viking. Welcome to the stream.
Hey Viking, what's up?
Yeah, welcome. Nova says maybe one of the professionals can help you build your helicopter. It's just hovering in one spot and never moves forward on any other direction.
What helicopter are you talking about?
Apparently he's trying to use a real heli setup.
Ooh.
With 2 rotors, one in front for lift and one in the back for stability. Ooh.
That sounds like something Spud Cubs would try.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't stopping to think because it was an odd question. No, now that I've said that, it's probably going to be like, yeah, that's totally why he was stopping. Now, I was stopping to think about it because my first response to something like that is put jets on it. Which I'm not convinced is the answer you were looking for. So that's why I was hesitating just a tad.
Yeah, that's kind of a gut reaction I think a lot of people would have, is just, put
No,
some
but I mean,
jets
like,
on
he's
and call it a day.
trying to get it forward and backward, but that's the kind of stuff I just use jets for. You know?
Some of them do use thrusters like that, in all fairness, but
yeah, some do.
I
It's
think
different things.
if in real life though, if you don't have thrusters, I think if the helicopter blades tilt forward, then it makes the helicopter go forward. So
Yeah, that's the point. I've never really worked with this one, so I'm going to have to ask as well now. Actually, can the hovercraft tilt to try to apply forward force? I seem to recall they can.
I don't see why they couldn't.
I mean, hang on, where's one of my helicopters? I'm now answering this. Let's see. Heli. There should be something about terraphobic. No, not terraphobic. Small fries. Wrong place. The jump copter, I guess. I mean, this is how I tend to do a helicopter. It's like. Yeah, so that's how I've tended to do my helicopters. I mean, it's got the lifting blades, and it's got one in the back for turning, but then forward and back I've got this pair of jets on the back of it. So that's how I tend to do it. Shortest I can say is tilting the blades is a pain but doable.
Yeah, you would need a spin lock to do that.
Right, Normal says that hover AI does have tilt for movement. Let's experiment. Helicopter, you're going to turn into a hovercraft. For science, of course.
Well, it's kind of what it is.
True, but...
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you are correct, actually. Where's the AI? Here's the AI. Right.
I always like these builds where they have the counter-rotating blades.
Actually, this thing is actually set to hover. Okay. Been a while since I've looked at this one, but yeah, okay, I'll tear off the jets, I suppose. And I'll give it an order.
Listening.
Helicopter. Fleet move.
Form up and fly with fleet.
Move over there.
Moving
Whoa.
out.
I didn't realize he had so much damn fuel back here.
It's trying. Yeah, that's it. Oop. It does a barrel roll for no apparent reason.
I think Heizmeister has a helicopter that does the barrel rolls too.
It's trying. I think it's because it's like it's trying to maintain a thing, so it's like, yeah. It is, however, trying to move. It's just not very good at it. I'd still rather have the jets.
How are
bolted
you
onto the
supposed to
back.
get forward thrust though?
It's meant to tilt. So it uses the lifting thrust to help with the forward thrust. Kind of like how if a helicopter's trying to accelerate hard, it banks in that direction.
Huh. Search me.
Oh, here we go. Pitch for forward and back momentum. You may pitch to 20 degrees in any direction.
Listening. Moving
Son
out.
of a pitch.
Though that said, this craft is actually weight balanced. I don't think it has pitch control. Yeah, my craft doesn't actually have any pitch except for a single jet to help stabilize its nose, but if I give it some actual ability to pitch, it might be able to do something about it. trying. It's just really light. Okay, this is not a good example, but the settings were there in the AI. We did see them. Oh dear. Sorry guys, I admit this is not my area of expertise. Normal uses hover vehicles a lot more than I do, so that's why he knew about the presence of that in the AI settings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There is no... Oh wait, there is no for... I think I know what's happened.
Oh?
I forgot about this, but since it was purely a lifting rotor, I suspect I've got them set to purely upwards. Yeah, always upward. So there was no force being applied. Oh, and the moment I change that, it ditches in the water. What the heck?
The shit, Ion?
Okay, I can fix this. I guess. What's going on with you? Are you meant to be in reverse? Oh, the moment I reverse you, you lift up. Okay. Okay, and I think it needs more pitch. Right. More pitch. Sorry guys, I'm not working on the craft I'm meant to be, but I'm trying to get an answer for science. So.
Science.
Science! Power of science.
Science! Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That's fine. Bit of extra pitch control. Max pitch to target. I'm wondering if anything else is interfering with it or not. Okay, it is pitching pretty hard. It's I think the problem is that it's just not really needing much force to stay in the air, so it's barely doing anything. You don't have the upward fraction setting on the spin block. It's trying. It is trying to do the thing, but I think it's just flat out this is a really light build, so it's struggling quite a bit. I'd rather just bolt a jet engine on the back like that. Just to give it a little bit of directed force, so I can choose the direction of the force rather than relying on the tilt. Oh, yep, it's had no problem pitching. There it goes. Apparently it can do the pitching required of it if it's trying to go in reverse. I don't know what this helicopter's doing anymore. Set always up to 0. I did. Wait, did I set it to both rotors? Oh wait, no, one of the rotors is not.
The fuck? Oh.
If anything, that's made it even more erratic when it's trying to go backwards. When it tries to go forwards, it levels off. What am I doing with this? Yeah, it struggles to pitch forwards, but when it wants to pitch backwards, it can do that just fine. Then again, the craft is naturally trying to pitch backwards anyway, because it's back heavy. Razzle says it's the Dancey-copter. Yeah, I guess it is now.
It's the fancy copter? Oh
No,
my gosh.
Not the fancy copter, the Dancey-copter.
Jesus Christ. My wife keeps telling me I do that
Wait, no one
way
says
too
even
well.
engines on the back aren't making the heli move. You've not got it caps locked, have you?
Got what caps locked?
Or do you have engine power for the jets? I don't know what the helicopter's like.
I'm not touching the helicopter. I'm just messing with the back of this.
No. I'm talking about.
hydrofoil.
Nova Charlie said even engines on the back aren't making their helicopter move.
Weird.
Are you done with this engine platform, Alan?
Oh yeah, you can axe that whenever.
Yeah, I get to murder the engines. Goodbye.
Huh.
Okay,
That's interesting.
while I
didn't
was
know this.
distracted with the helicopter, what have you been up to?
I've been working on the rear section of this some. It looked like you're trying to make it a little bit bigger, so I was just
The
working
rear
with
section?
that.
Yeah, I extended it outwards a little bit just so that I could get a dense bank of propellers mounted at the bottom of it,
Okay.
which combined with the hydrofoils at the front seems to have fixed the issue we were having of getting this thing out from a water start.
Okay.
I mean, let's just ditch it in the water and find out to be sure. But let's try and do something. I think I'll.
We're
take
only
pitch
at like
control away.
23 right now, though.
Yeah, I'm going to take pitch control away from these rear hydrofoils.
Ooh. That jumped us up to 41.
Yeah, now all of our hydrofoils are just
42.
lifting us off the surface of the water. Though again, we've got the same issue of like the propeller bank being actually out of the water. as well.
Yeah. Those props do not want to stay in the water, like, at all.
I wish I knew why the hydrofoils are defaulting to 45 and refusing to change.
There's gotta be a
An
HTP
Yeah.
somewhere.
I did increase and equalize the turning force as far as the jets are concerned, though, so we turn more smoothly compared to how we were before. But I do need to try and find the stuff. Yeah, shortest I can say is that's a small copter, by the way, so spin blade forces will move it all over like that since it's so light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that helicopter was absolutely tiny, the one that I spawned in. So I wasn't expecting it to have any kind of like weight or anything like that. Nova said you've got enough power, fuel, and not in build mode. Okay. I'm without looking at it then, I'm not quite sure how to diagnose, though. Oh, actually Nova's talking to Heizmeister about it, I think.
Oh.
So yeah, I think as long as someone here can help Nova out, I think is probably the key thing here. Okay, we're back in the water again. I'm sorry, Dama, your superstructure has to go.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Existence says is a big no for him. And we know that existence must not be denied. I'm just kidding, by the way. So, yeah. I mean, let's see. Existence, would you mind saying exactly what it is you find objectionable about the superstructure? Then maybe we can actually try and do something about it.
No, I just kind of threw it together.
Yeah, nothing is final. In all honesty, we're still like tinkering around with this build quite a lot. And also, I think it's going to turn into another multi-parter as well.
Potentially.
Well, I'm not sure how much longer this particular stream's going to go, and we're not done with it, so I'd say it's probably going to be a two-parter at least. Grab that. Right. Let's see. Russ says that he has weather set halfway to worse and wave height set to 50% for testing craft. just to make sure they can handle rough seas. If I recall, we don't really have weather control in multiplayer, do we?
I can see.
I seem to recall we tried to change this in the past, like try to change day-night cycle or something, and it didn't really work out.
Environment. I can increase the wave factor.
Oh.
Does that seem like it's changing anything?
Well, I don't think we've got a storm going on at the moment, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing much, does it?
Not really.
I've cranked up the wave factor like all the way and it isn't doing jack.
I think part of it is, well, at least on my side, I don't use the advanced ocean generation. So I think if you're still on simple, it just like uses the old ocean generation.
Oh yeah, it's like glass right now.
Yeah, I think we're on the old one.
Anything else from existence about my...
About the superstructure?
Yeah.
Nothing from existence. Raz said the superstructure is a bit tube-ish, and the cross-section is nicely shaped, but the up, down, and sides are just straight. So I think it's like detailing work is the only thing Raz is saying. Viking says it needs to be bigger to fit the craft, maybe. Yeah, I can see that. It is like kind of small compared to the bulk of the oak craft overall, in terms of like.
So what? Like maybe move it up 4 meters and enlarge the base of it.
I think the mainly it's the base compared to the rest of the ship. I think because yeah, looking at it, I think the base is a bit narrow. At least that'd be my take on it. But yeah, it seems to be like a more of a detailing issue than anything else, and the fact that it's one big flat metal plane around it. So the appearance will change if we start messing with the flat surface too. Which, to be honest, that was kind of on the cards the whole time for me at least.
Yeah, I was just trying to go with something aerodynamic at the time I was putting it together, so that was my thought process.
You definitely managed that, yeah.
But I'm gonna prefab this. And we could try moving it up like maybe 4 or 5 meters and maybe make a wider base for it. What do you think?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and give that a try.
Okay.
So are you moving it further back, or are you moving, like, lift it? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm going to lift it up.
Right, I'm just adding a few raised bits on the deck, and that immediately looks a little bit better, I think, just because it's not a flat surface.
Okay, I got the prefab. We can go ahead and chop that out.
You want me to chop out the main tower?
Oh yeah, go ahead, chop it out.
The whole thing?
Yep.
Rightio.
I'll even help.
What?
Said I'll even help.
I think there's some desync. I can't delete the ones at the very back. Mind you, we have been playing for hours without a server reset, so, you know.
That is true. Why do we got a helium pump here?
I think that's part of the original construction. I don't know.
Okay, just thought that was a little awkward, but whatever.
The fact it's there means that Heizmeister installed it.
Probably. Maybe you meant to put a air pump there instead?
Yeah, Nova's saying that they like the hull, but not the superstructure as well. So yeah, it's definitely being highlighted as an area to improve on.
Alright, so I moved it up 4 meters. Are you kind of like making a turning area for the turret?
Something that looks like it's fitted with the turret in mind.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then maybe you might want to move it about 2-3 meters forward.
I'm not trying to fit it close to the turret, just something that gives the impression that it is.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking, but it's like, Also, why are we doing this out of alloy?
Balance?
I do believe Raz just said that balance doesn't exist in From the Depths. No, I'm fine with
He
it.
did say that.
Yeah, I'm
No,
fine
I
with
usually
it.
do my superstructures with alloy anyway because it keeps the center of mass low.
Yeah, I usually don't, so I think that's why it looks a little bit odd to me. But
You put a lick of paint on it and you won't even notice it.
actually it does affect the paint. No matter what, the material does change the paintwork.
I don't think so.
It does. I can always tell if I always see the shades are different if it's on a different material, even if the paint is fully opaque. George Viking is saying as long as it doesn't become a French dreadnought hotel superstructure. What do you think? Should we install a whole bunch of sponsors?
Actually, the superstructure might be a decent place to put in a lamp system.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the reason why I tend to reinforce these things. It's like it's more internal space to do stuff with. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, I mainly do that to save on weight. But if you use like a oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on. When you're going to do the paint, if you crank up that alpha really, really high on it.
Oh, high alpha. Oh yes.
Yeah. It'll usually hide the texturing pretty well.
What do you think of that?
It's interesting. That would be a... I was thinking a door could go there, but...
No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm just... We're still in, again...
No, leave it. That'll make it...
Spitballing. It's like, I've just
That's fine.
I just built a very
Leave it.
odd shape
I like it.
on it. You know? To act as a foundation for the main tower bit that you've got to put back there.
Uh-huh.
And I guess it's just some of that detailing work that I tend to do.
Maybe we could do some, like, decking? Make it look a little more purty.
Hang on, I seem to have missed a few comments.
Okay.
Sorry guys, let's see. Oh, Existence weighed back in, right.
Okay.
Existence said, remove the detection pole, add layers to the superstructure base, spread out detection equipment rather than focus on the pole. So we've already started doing some of the stuff he's suggested, actually.
Yeah.
And then he made autistic Deutschland class noises in distance, apparently.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but okay.
I think. Well, it's all of us being ourselves, I would say. Let's see. Apparently, it's YouTube updating the chat out of order as well, because those comments weren't there when I read Shortest Vikings comments, which came after them. So, yeah, I think YouTube is doing fun things again in the background. Raz agrees. Says add a couple of pancake layers, getting less round with each layer. The spread detection out, making it harder to blind the craft with the lucky shots. So, yeah, there's some focus on spreading out the detection a bit, it seems.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'd have installed more detection as well. Hello, Hazadan. Welcome to the stream. He says, would I mind turning off in-game music and you're getting a bit of overlap? What? In-game music? That should be dead. Hang on.
I'm not hearing any in-game music.
Yeah, music 0%. I don't have any in-game music going on.
I mean, I've been playing this for 5 years. I think I would know what the From the Depths in-game music sounds like.
No, it does have in-game music actually. It's just intermittent, so it's on sometimes and then most of the time it's silent. But yeah, I have it turned off just when I've got something else running.
Do you think the back of the superstructure could house a bank of thrusters, or no?
Are you talking forward or turning?
Forward.
It could. It could, yes. Just need to fix the pitch problem slightly, but yeah, we could fit more thrusters in the back there.
Yeah.
Viking says, when you enter fleet colours, it's spread out all the different R blocks, so you can see how colour changes. So, yeah, so I think Vikings agree that there are different colours between the materials.
Something like that, I'm thinking?
Yeah, are you thinking a third one in the middle?
I was considering it.
Those two.
Something like yay. I mean, we could pull this back a little further, of course.
Yeah, I mean, we got room on the hole behind it, so
yeah.
I do think it is looking much better with that extra bulk that we've added to the base of the tower, though. Yeah, normal. I have continuous music going on. That's actually from YouTube Repeater running in the background. So I've got some good old copyright-free music running in the background here, and it's like what seems to be the music I use for From the Depths, just running at the back there.
What, that techno-sounding stuff?
Yeah, that chill-out stuff which is a little bit jazzy. It's got a saxophone in there somewhere. It's like, you know, just some casual stuff. Unlike your streams when you use metal, but I use something more laid back.
I like a good guitar riff, what can I say?
And I can't say I blame you. Can't say I blame you for that at all, so...
If I was 20 years younger, I'd probably learn how to play one.
I've got a guitar, I've never learned how to play it though, so... I was always kind of good at improvising with it, but yeah.
Alright, added some 90-degree cameras for just some extra sensors.
I'm adding some extra rust on the wings. Because why not? I'll steepen up the angles to properly build them into it.
Okay, that.
Yeah, that fits.
That and that.
Yeah, Heizmeister, I think it might be something on your side then, if you're hearing some kind of other music playing in the background, because I don't have.
My music isn't coming through the Discord, is it?
Hang on.
I don't think it is.
Discord's hesitating. No, there's no sign of extra transmission coming from you either, so...
Okay.
There's nothing running that would do anything like that. Not on my end, not on Downward's end as far as I can tell. Yeah, I don't have no idea what's going on there, is there? Sorry. Viking, normally yes, if you go to Dammer you would be able to hear metal music with this instead. Unfortunately today Dammer's actually had problems with getting the stream up, so it's...
Oh my god, that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, for the first time I think ever, Dama just couldn't get his stream going, so it's wound up being just my point of view this time out. Though Dama did try really hard to try and get a stream up. It's at the start of this, he tried like 3 times or something like that, and it just wasn't having it.
Third time was not a charm. So yeah, it wasn't for a lack of trying, trust me.
Normal says airplane movement and cannot see tailplanes in the nose where you set them up. Normal what?
Tailplanes.
Normal what do you? I think normal is might be trying to help out Nova. I'm guessing, but
Oh, okay.
no, I'm just
Like
guessing though. I don't know. I didn't spot that anything like that earlier in the comments, but so I'm not sure. And Viking says get Rocksmith, you slackers. Thanks for that, Viking. First off, is Rocksmith a band of some kind?
No. I believe I have seen this on, what was it? I think it was Steam. Rocksmith is basically kind of a tutor program.
Alright. So, what, is it for like make your own music kind of thing?
I don't know if it's necessarily for making your own music, but I think it'll teach you how to play the guitar.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that might be the context that. I think it's Viking poking at us for never. Well, maybe just me for never learning how to play my guitar. So.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, it's not an electric car, by the way. Electric car. What the?
Electric guitar.
Yeah, it's not an electric guitar. It's just an acoustic guitar.
So it's a grandpa's guitar.
Yes, whippersnapper. It's a fantastic song. I mean, I may have got it when I actually had some money to spare, but even then, I wasn't going to spend much on it. So it's like a £40 guitar when I got it. So just a little thing, just to muck around with. That was all. The only reason I got it for. I was never really seriously intending to try and do much with it, and in the end, I never did do very much with it. So, yeah, it's just how it wound up, honestly. I mean, I've still got it. I mean, it's actually right next to me, pretty much. So, just rounding out the bottom a little bit, and I think part of the reason why we might be having some trouble with things is
Maybe he's just been running too long?
oh, I've been noticing some issues whenever I try to. Well, when I try and delete blocks, sometimes it doesn't work properly. I've added more hydrofloors in the bottom. I think part of the problem with like the vehicle going slower is the fact that it's trying to lift up, and then if it's got any kind of angle, it would be hitting the unfinished underside, and there's some extra drag sources under there. So I'm just finishing up the underside a bit now.
Okay.
At least it's 2 meter metal plate down there now, so it's downside tougher than it was. Square it off. Round it. Okay, there we go. So we've got a slightly lower nose on it. Yeah, Viking says Rocksmith will teach you the ways of electric guitar. Not that useful for me. Yeah. Existence is saying something about soundtracks. Heizmeister is saying invert control inputs when they're in front of the center of mass. If you mean the hydrophores, then yeah, I tend to do that if they are active ones. These guys are just set at 45 degrees because why the hell not, honestly. Well, maybe because something keeps changing at 45 degrees. Nova asks, how fast is the new velocity? With new in quotation marks. Shall we see?
Sure, why the hell not?
Let's see. Let's drop it in the water. Okay, Open the throttle. It's that fast. What the?
That's pretty damn impressive, man. Tell me, how do you do it?
More interesting, why isn't it moving? Yeah, we've made a vast improvement on speed and maneuverability, can't you tell? Also, by the way, the waves have picked up in case you didn't spot that. I think I need to
I
lift
took
out.
their sweet ass time to do it.
Yeah, I think it was just the fact that it was calm weather before. Lift it out more so it actually goes somewhere. Still not moving. Yeah, I think we've been playing too long. I think I think the game's getting a bit unstable. But off it goes at least. The waves are upsetting a little bit, but yeah, it seems we're doing about 50. Yeah, it's not doing too bad, is it?
Nah.
Yeah, so yeah, well, if it gets in the air, it goes up to 60 before it comes crashing down again into the water. But yeah, not too bad. Oh dear. Oh, by the way, Dan, Viking was talking to you as well about learning electric guitar.
Oh?
Since
What about it?
Since you never got around to it, he's telling you to stop slacking off and do it. Just like he was telling me to stop
Probably
slacking off
should.
and learn mine. Is this the start of a new
I
duet?
probably would have gotten lead more in college.
Are we going to switch to doing our own music videos now and make a duet on YouTube or something? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't know, my wife keeps telling me I got a pretty good range, and she sings in the church choir, so maybe she knows a thing or two.
Well, they tried to get me into the choir at primary school, actually, for me.
I'm sorry.
Why are you saying sorry?
I hated music class when I was in primary.
Well, the thing is, I got so freaked out by it, I just sang in monotone at the choir practice, and then went back. So, yeah, that was interesting. But I think that was the only time I ever tried to sing to the best of my ability, and apparently I had some really good pitch. But yeah, then I was singing monotone in a choir practice because I didn't want to be there, but I said okay, I'll go, and it's like,
I hit the flats pretty good, but that's about it.
well, flats are a skill all of their own. It takes a lot of effort to hit a truly perfect flat note.
I usually do it with my butt.
Heizmeister said it was actually referring to Normal's question about the controls. So, yeah, okay. Heinz then says that there's a fast boat. Yeah, this thing is really fast, actually. So yeah, I think we're preserving the original intention of the craft, I would say. The velocity is pretty decent. Just checking. Yeah, that Normal and Hertz talking about things. Oh, Heizmeister is pleased. He says, truly majestic. Nicely done, lads. Thank you very much, Heizmeister. Glad you approve of it so far. Oh, hey. I've just seen what you're doing to the upper deck.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one that'll work in this 3 meter spot, but not quite.
Hang on. It's a bit awkward because you've got the 1 meter is in the way. If you swap the 1 meter out, then you could do it.
Yeah, but then what's going to cover that corner?
You just need to move the 1 meter. Oh wait, you can't because there's a slope in the way, can't you?
Exactly.
This is one of my few issues actually with the current railings. It's like their collision makes them awkward to place sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But I do kind of have an idea.
Should we just leave them open and accept that we're risking falling to our deaths at the front of the ship?
Could do this. And then just put straight railings.
But then that kind of gets in the way. Well, actually,
It
no,
does.
that-
What?
we can remove that indentation. Do we want to keep that indentation?
Well, what if we
Or
did?
we can lift the indentation up by one.
What if we just did like that with the indentation? No, that still gets us the same problem.
Yeah, it's the same problem. It's the problem with the railing shape. I think
Okay.
either we change the slope of it, or we use mimic blocks. I think that's really our only options, isn't it?
Well, hold on. I might be onto something here.
Nova says 50 meters per second is almost 100 knots. That's impressive. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you very much, Nova. Existence says don't say music class. He's got enough post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh dear. But yeah, he also suggests like using the using mimics.
How's that look?
I think I prefer railings, if I'm honest.
Yeah, the only thing I could think to do is like Exista was saying, using mimics.
Yeah, I think that'd be the easiest
The
way
railings
by far
with
to do
mimics is a pain in the ass.
that. I can do it if you want. Though actually, I'm not the host. Can I even do that with how things are at the moment?
I don't see how you couldn't.
No, it's just when things have been going badly in the past, it's not saved settings and things like that.
That is true. It does tend to not save settings from block to block, so...
Yeah. I will, however, install some alloy plates down on the deck just to round out the corners a little bit. There we go. I think that smoothed it out a little bit more. Does that look okay to you?
Hold on. What am I looking at?
The wooden decking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I see that you're using that pattern in one of your videos. I guess it kind of rubbed off on you or something.
Yeah, that alternating lengths on the decking has rubbed off on me. Yeah, but when I've got a flat area like this, I like to use these corner blocks just to round the things out, so it's not like such jagged.
I've done stuff like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I like it.
It would be nice if they had like, I don't know, some kind of a tooltip picture telling you what these railings look like, because all I see is RTA3M4.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec to find them, and I can tell you which one to look for. You're after 3 meters, right?
Yes.
Just 3 meters straight.
3 meter diagonal, or it's like a one for a 3 meter slope.
Yeah. The one you are on, you want the LTA 3 meter M2. Yeah, the LTA 3 meter M2.
Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Let's see here. Yaw that guy around.
This
Actually,
place has apparently been on a hydrofoil once. Not a good place to recreate that scene from Titanic, the one where you stand at the edge on the bow.
really, you think?
Shortest I can say is leave that area open and stick to texture there or something instead of the rail.
Good. I mean, I got some cameras up there already.
Well, the rails and the mimics are transparent though, aren't they?
Yes, rails are transparent to mimics. However, I don't know if they're transparent to things like a lamp system.
Well, if they're transparent to the detectors, then we're okay for having detections built into this area. And the lamps can just be like one block up on the side of the actual superstructure. Where are we? Oh, okay. We aren't drifting around. I was worried for a moment there. Okay, yeah, that's in good spot. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. You want the railing RTA3M M2. Not the L, the R.
RTA3M2?
RTA3M M2. Yep, that's the one.
Let's see here. Yay. That looks good.
Yep, you got that.
I've had to do this a lot for battleships, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward, but at least they've got the blocks in there, you know?
Mm-hmm. I did reinforce the sides of the superstructure with some metal. I see you're doing some painting.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what else to do right now, because I think, honestly, it's almost end of stream.
Yeah, it might be a good time to call it.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you were saying? Because we're not quite done yet, so...
I was just saying I reinforced the inside of the superstructure with a layer of metal. I'm not quite sure what else we could do with it. I mean, we could put the LAM system in there. It just seems like it could potentially be pretty vulnerable in this spot. Actually, this where you're sitting right now.
You mean the original control seat? Yeah, I mean, since everything's been shifted around, there's no reason why that has to stay there.
Yeah. I don't know. Something to think about for next time, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, something I'm thinking of. You said things we could try and do. Is it like you mean like for the side of the superstructure kind of thing?
I was thinking of sticking a lambs in here, though I don't know if it would. It seems like a very vulnerable place to be putting a LAM system inside that superstructure. I usually like to have it inside the actual hull itself, preferably below the waterline, but...
Well, something I'm doing is I'm moving this bulge back a little bit.
Okay.
Because I thought
Check out Iron's hot bulge, everyone!
Yeah, look at my bulge, it's moving. It's alive, I say.
That's even creepier if it's moving.
Yeah, of its own accord.
One-eyed trouser snake.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is like, just for a bit of shaping, because this is what I thought you were on about.
Actually, those little bulges that you got there, maybe that might be a good place to put additional anti-missiles.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why we can't. I mean, they're actually only clear spots. But it's like, for shaping on this, you see what I'm doing to the side of the control tower, right?
Uh-huh.
See, I was thinking like we could do a little bit, just a little bit of extra shaping around the side of it like that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that doesn't look too bad, does it?
No. We still gotta do shielding, we still got a mess of other things to do, but,
I was about to say don't bother with shielding, but yeah. It does something. How times have changed. In 2.4.9, I was like gung ho shielding for everything. Shielding was my main defense, and in current version, I just go, I'm not sure I'm going to bother to put it in. It's like, there is one last thing we need to do though, which is, of course, we need to fire everything. We need to do a comprehensive and thorough weapons test to make sure everything shoots okay.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we can't end the stream without testing the weapon.
Should we despawn everything else?
Yes, and we should reset the server as well.
I agree. Let me just save the velocity.
Yeah.
And let me know when you're ready, and I'll restart the server.
Is that a blue? No. Is that purple? It's a sexy color. Oh, thank you, Viking. we want the velocity to be welcomed with open arms as it drives into the bosom of the enemy.
Yes.
Yes. It looks like a dagger or a dirk or something, honestly. But no, it's actually a very deep blue, not a purple.
On my end, it's black, but I'm guessing that's because you're using fleet colors.
Yeah, because that's my fleet color setup, so it's like I'm not locking this into my color scheme. And honestly, if I changed it to a different one, it'd be different for you as well, wouldn't it? Unless can I set it into a vehicle override?
Hmm.
I need to learn this thing.
But these wings, they seem like they got all kinds of room to do other things with.
I mean, there's paint color palette listed in the construct information. I don't know if that overrides the color palettes of the person who loads the vehicle in. It's one of the things that's not documented very well in this game, or at least I've not seen what to do with it. Anyway, do you have the right version saved?
Yes, sir.
Did you change it from the original version? The name
Actually, I might have saved it over to the original.
Yeah,
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay, right. So yeah, okay, then we'll go for a server reset.
Hold on.
Says, oh wait, yeah. Hang on. There's something going on in the chat now. Existence says use ring shields the easy way. The Viking immediately responded, yeah, that response from down right there. Viking immediately said ring shields break and suck though. And Raz's
That's why I don't like them.
Raz's 2 cents are the ring shields are a suicide pact and definitely not worth their price or the effort required to put them in.
But no, they had to be put in because it was Nick's idea.
Well, the thing is, what I don't like about it is, realistically, you're only ever going to see maybe 8 AC out of those things. And 8 AC is very, very little. It's like a laughable amount.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially for the amount of power, because 8 AC perfectly means you've got to have a single ring which encompasses the entire volume of that direction of the craft. If you dare to split it into 2 rings, the efficiency actually drops, and you've got to have more rings to even hit AC in the first place. So, yeah, the ring shields are a good idea, but they are just too weak, honestly. Right, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to get us something beefy out here.
I'd never actually hooked up weapon controllers to the big torpedoes, so I'll do that now.
Okay. I'm going to spawn in a Kingstead on our team, so then that way we can just put a enemy simulator on it whenever.
Alright.
Oh, I thought... My bad, hold on.
It's
thought that
lagging
was...
for me, so I don't know what you've done. Nope, I hear explosions.
Yeah. My bad. For some reason, it still spawned in on the enemy team.
It's whatever you had it last selected as.
I had it set to player. Whatever. It's here. That's the important thing.
Okay, there are now weapon controllers in the AIs. Something we've not done really is configure weapon controls and firing arcs and things. So...
Yeah, this thing has a lot of potential to shoot itself, I'm guessing is what you're trying to get across, so yeah.
Some of the turrets do more than others, but that's one thing I was going to do is put arc restrictions on the side turrets I installed.
The turrets that I put in, they should have failsafes, so...
Yeah, mine have failsafes as well, but I prefer not to rely on the failsafes just in case.
Oh, I agree entirely. I'm just saying for a test run, it should probably suffice.
Apparently the distraction by stuff exploding made me miss some stuff in the chat again.
My bad.
No, not your bad. It's, I mean, I think it's Ron Vedette's fault, that one. Existence says, never mind, don't use ring shields or shield suck. Yeah, welcome to current. They can work, but they are just not very good. And compared to the shields of old, they are terrible.
I'm not getting any turning out of this whatsoever.
Oh, are you trying to turn the velocity?
Yes, so when
That's
we
because it's
do
only-
decide to fire it up,
That
doesn't-
yeah, I know exactly why that is. Hang on.
I just don't want us careening into that Kingstead over there.
Well, if you have weapons on but you don't turn movement on, then we'll be fine. But there you go. I've given
You
you
know,
turning force as
Heizmeister,
well.
this seems like it could almost be a Steel Strider ship.
Yeah, but you've got turning propellers now, so you can go ahead and swing it around.
Oh. Gracias, mi amigo.
I also force bounce them as well, so it shouldn't try to roll over. In theory. But
Whee!
and off it goes. Off Dama goes with the prototype, never to be seen again.
I'm going to Mexico!
You know they put a wall on the border, right? Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
but there's tunnels all around it, so I'm not worried about it.
You'll find out when you get there, never mind.
Anyway.
Oh, Heizmeister said there's a few Onyx Watch ships that actually have ring shields. I didn't know that.
Neither did I. I don't trust ring shields, but
They have their uses, but I just think they're too weak.
I haven't found it. Whatever it may be, I haven't found it.
I think they're only good against small caliber guns, and that's about it. But that's just my opinion. But the main use is just like continued extra resistance. It's just the extra resistance isn't good.
I don't know. I would just rather have a from previous version, and I'll take that any day. Though something interesting that we could try doing is maybe a side-by-side comparison of shielding in previous version and current.
Yeah, well, that's something. We'd need a test craft against a similar weapon system.
Yeah, I've been thinking a little bit about this, and I think the only weapon that I think would reasonably work, because I don't think a lot of the statistics has changed on them, is probably autocannons.
Some settings for some kinds of APS, the shells individually work similar. It's just the overall system is very different.
I just say we need some kind of an analog weapon system, and it's just that
Yeah. That sounds
there's
interesting.
been so
We
many
could-
changes.
We could probably do something like that, like Days Gone By or something like that. I don't know. Working title, actual title pending.
So, are we ready to go for weapons test?
I would say we are ready to go for weapon testing. I was just checking, and it's like the guys are talking about the shields for the most part. More
Okay,
about the specifics, I think. I'm not too sure, which is why I'm not going to.
I don't think we have a.
Oh, and you guys never.
We don't have a
told me
naval AI.
What?
We don't have a naval AI.
Yeah, we never told the AI what it was, so
Yeah.
it's just defaulted. But yeah, you guys never told me that the chat pop-up has not been working in my stream the entire time, so thanks for that.
Yeah.
I've just noticed. So this entire time there's been no chat overlay going up on the stream live itself. Oh dear. Raz is asking Hertz if he can steal the ship's concept. Because he wants to make a few water skimmers of his own. So water skimming trimarans of his own. So we are nothing but a bunch of thieves, aren't we? We just nick each other's weapons and ships and things.
I know, a lot of my stuff has been doing pretty good on the workshop.
Yeah. Anyway, are we
Well,
where's that?
let me turn the ship onto target a little bit better here. I thought we were going to try to broadside it, but It's going to be hard to broadside it without a naval AI, so
The thing
I'm
is,
thinking...
most of its firepower is actually in a forward arc.
Yeah. So, yeah, here we go. The
I was about to
accuracy is probably going to be something to be desired because, well, I think
Well,
we don't have
haven't
enough
optimized
processing
any kind of
power.
selections, or yeah, we haven't done anything to try and actually beef it up to full spec yet.
Yeah.
There's lots of missiles ditching the water. The torpedoes are on the way though.
I know why the missiles are ditching, but torpedoes,
Fly big
they're...
torpedoes.
Yeah.
Sorry, swim big torpedoes. They don't fly. Well, that was spectacular. Well, they are. To be fair, they are small big torpedoes. How far away are we? 1.6 kilometers actually.
That's not too bad.
Uh,
But for some reason, the main gun doesn't want to fire.
it's because we're out of ammo.
Oh. Oh, okay. We can fix this.
We didn't. That's one of the things we haven't installed either. It's like we haven't installed the ammo processing.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Listening.
Are you taking control?
Yeah, I'm moving a bit closer because it's like we're meant to be like weapon testing a bit. So oh, there goes a big torpedo.
Yeah,
big-
I'm
the big
like
torpedo is
spamming
faster
a
than
bunch
we
of
are.
ammo blocks on it.
Oh yeah, so I see. But yeah, I thought like we might get a bit better view of the weapon effects if they're a bit closer. So
Here. Now we should have ammo to spare.
again, it's like still not firing the big gunner.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. And your side guns aren't firing either.
I noticed that too. Wait, rail use 0 per second. What? Oh,
Did I fudge something?
no, I think it might. It's okay. The ammo presets are there. The shell loaders are connected. It doesn't seem to be working.
There's no energy storage.
That would be why the railguns aren't firing. It got taken out and we forgot to put it back in. Okay, problem solved.
Yeah, I'm putting in batteries.
Yeah, Raz is asking why the missiles are taking a swim, by the way.
Why they're taking a swim? That's because usually whatever the missiles are targeting on a Kingstead is way below the frickin' water line.
Yeah, most of the King's structure is below the water line.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, by the way, we're close to almost at deck level. Oh, there go the main cannons.
Yeah, I'm just kind of dumping in some batteries here.
Finally, alright.
I'm going to set the engine to battery charging just so... Has the main one fired at all? Oh yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, it's slow, but it is steadily boring through the inside armor.
Yeah.
I think part of it is because we don't actually have like a massively heavy gun to deal with metal plates, so these things have to wear a little bit first. But they are firing constantly, so...
You're saying that a 16-inch gun isn't heavy?
It is comparatively large bore, but in itself it's not actually a massive cannon. It's definitely the heaviest gun on the ship.
I would say it's at least mid-range.
Yeah, mid-range. But it's like not like a massive 500mm hold rate cannon or something like that.
It could just be flipped over to a pure Hesh round, probably do better, but I heard things about the Hesh not being so great in this version, so...
Yeah, I don't know if they'd fix that, honestly. I just think those are games. You know, if we
But,
actually air pumps this thing,
we did AI dead it.
It'll probably float okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's managed to come through and deal something. Damage. And I think the strain of combat has slideshowed my stream a little bit, looking at the playback that's going on for me. Sorry about that, guys. Once again, my computer messes up. Just about.
Alright. Well, I'd call that a successful weapons test.
Well, it did that. In all fairness, once we got the railguns firing, it did take out the Kingstead. Fairly short time. Maybe a minute or so.
I wonder... Well, I'm imagining this would probably do pretty well as maybe some kind of an orbiting DPS kind of build.
Well, what did you say it was meant to be doing? Like staying like a kilometre or so distance?
I think the way, well, what I'm envisioning this doing is like maybe circling at maybe 1.5 to 2 kilometers and just pelting the ever-living crap out of everything with Big Daka.
Okay, I think next I would suggest a Marauder. Let's just see how well this fares against a Marauder.
Okay.
I want to, not in direct combat, by the way. I just want to see how well it kills it. And I've got that bug where I can see shells
there we
flying,
go.
even though the weapons aren't doing anything. Oh, where is it? I can't even
Yeah,
see
it's
it.
shredding that Marauder.
I can't see it. Yeah, it's D6. I can't see it. Sorry, guys.
It's showed through the Marauder pretty well.
No, I can't see the border, I can't see the fighting, I can't see anything. So yeah, it's completely D6. Let's see, Raz says, Hesh is still a decent shell. It's not as broken or overpowered as it was, but still fairly good. So, okay. And yeah, oh, now it's
But wasn't
now
it the devs themselves that made it
now the
overpowered, quote unquote?
I don't know. It also says that when the guns fire right on the screen, they are louder than my voice, but saying about ship's length works fine for volume. Yeah, I tried to say that about that far away. Though honestly, Dammer, the Marauder only spawned a few seconds ago for me.
Yeah, and like half of it's gone. Yeah, it just hit 2 damaged.
Not on my screen. It's on my screen the can's been blown up, but that's it. So yeah, we have major desync going on. Oof.
Yeah, maybe we ought to call it then.
Yeah.
I think we've made a pretty good dent in it though.
Yeah, I think we could probably finish this up with one more session.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there we go, ladies and gents. This has been Pimp My Boat with Heizmeister's craft, the Velocity. Can you spawn in the originals to get side by side, Damon?
Absolutely. Give me one moment.
I hope the desync allows this. Yeah, just next to it if you can. Oh yeah, that works okay. So yeah, here's
Yeah,
the
it seems like a vastly increase of firepower there.
Yeah, I'm just backing it up so it's right next to it. But yeah, just ignore the massive stack of ammo boxes on the back of it. That's not planned to be.
Yeah,
there.
that's not gonna. Yeah, that's just that was just to do the weapons test. But I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's turning out quite nicely, I think. I think the side sponson extension in particular makes it look a lot more aggressive. Are you parked? You are parked. Okay, you're just driving.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see here.
yeah, once we get this thing going, it's going to be okay, I think. Richter says, nice work so far, looks nice. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Richter.
Raz is asking if we want to discuss the Discord move / merge stuff after the stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can have a quick chat about it. But yeah, that's before and halfway through with the velocity. Heizmeister is saying is improved with how well it's impressed with how well it's turning out, and so is Raz. So thanks, guys. Keep stroking our egos, please. Yes.
Giggity.
Stroke our egos to make us feel special. I'm gonna say again.
By the way, I just applied the new roles to you guys too.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
All right, I guess we're ready to wrap it up then.
Indeed, yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll catch you some other time. Yes, indeed. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Keep your hammer high.
Keep your hammer high.
There we go. See you later.